What is happening, Blades? And welcome to Behind the Ramble. It is a whole new experience for us all because this is new, isn't it? This is same studio, different setup. I had all of this stuff in here previously, but you couldn't see it. So what was the benefit of having it if you can't enjoy it like I can? So what do we reckon? Do we like these? You know, I'm going to have to rejig it because I don't want Georgie Boy to be behind my head all the time. But who do you compromise there out of these legends here? So, yeah, brilliant work from the boy. You know who that is? That's Marty Griot. Link is in the description, or should be. Don't forget to use Blades Ramble at the checkout. Even if you've used it before, use it again so he knows where you've come from. So we're here tonight. I am, of course, Jimmy. And this is the Rivals Watch-Along. It's a big game tonight. Not as... Obviously, I'm not as up for it as I would have been had we not been smashed by Hull on Friday night. But yeah, it's Burnley against Leeds. Burnley with the best defensive record in the league. And Leeds with arguably the best attack in the league. It's, you know, we have to say it, don't we? We have to say it. So is it going to be attack versus defense tonight? Do not know. We do know the teams, though. Let's have a look at the teams if we can get those up. So it's Burnley's starting 11. James Trafford. Oh, it's in number order, isn't it? It'll be James Trafford. It'll be the same back four as usual, which will be Connor Roberts at right back, number 14. Then it'll be Egan Riley and Steve, 6 and 5 centre halves, and it'll be Bashir Humphreys at number 12, I think, in the left back position. I'm expecting Cullen and Laurent, the last two on the list there, to be sitting. In midfield, I would expect Josh Brownhill to be in the 10 position. Josh Brownhill wearing the number 8. I think he's the captain as well. It doesn't say there, but I'm pretty sure he's the captain. Lyle Foster will be out on the left. Zian Fleming will be up front. And that leaves Jaden Anthony out on the right wing. So that's 4-2-3-1, similar to what us Blades are used to this season. Look at that bench as well that they've got. Joe Worrell, Sami Ento, Jay Rodriguez, John Egan, Hannibal, Coley Osho, Ashley Barnes. It's strong, isn't it? It's strong, and that's what we've been up against. That's what's seen us slip this season, I believe, in terms of the unfortunate Christmas period, if you like, where we've been absolutely so stretched for bodies. Over to Leeds United, then. We know how they're going to set up. They're, thankfully, not in number order. So it's going to be Jayden Bogle at right back. Well, how could I forget? The main man in goal, Ilan Meslier, the man we're all us Blades are huge fans of. Justice for Meslier. Get it in the hashtags. So Meslier in goal. Jayden Bogle, I think I've heard of him before, at right back. Sam Byron will be left back. Joe Rodon and Ethan Ampadu will be your centre halves tonight because Pascal Struijk, however you pronounce his name, is out injured. That's a huge blow for Leeds because we know as well. And look, Ampadu, if I listen to my mates, particularly Connor, who's a big Leeds mate of mine, as you know, he will tell me that Ethan Ampadu is one of the best midfielders in the league. Well, he's playing centre-half, and we've seen him play centre-half. Yes, he was very young when he played for Sheffield United, and it was in the Premier League, which is a huge gulf between the Championship and the Prem, as we know. But I don't think Ethan Ampadu is a centre-half. So, interesting in that. Is that a weakness that Burnley can look to exploit, as well as that main man between the sticks? Ayo Tanaka, let's go. He is some player in, by the way. He'll be in the middle with Ilya Gruev. Those two will be sitting, and these will also be setting up as a 4-2-3-1 because it'll be Dan James on the right, Brendan Harrison in the 10, and Manor Solomon, who's really starting to hit form, on the left wing, and Joel Pirou. I've been calling him Pirou, but the Leeds lads call him Pirou, so let's show him the respect that he deserves and call him by his name that they pronounce him with. Carl Darlow, the most unfortunate man in Leeds, finds himself on the subs bench again. But again, look at that strength on the Leeds bench. Ramazani, Nonto, the standout names, but also Joe Rothwell, Wobber. I know it's Voba, but Wobber. Like Elmer Fudd, isn't it? When he gets burgled. Junior Firpo, Matteo, Joseph. It's good, isn't it? Two good squads. what do we want tonight? That's the main question. What do we want? Surely it's a draw. Surely we need a draw tonight. And then the next, I can't say it. I can't say it. The next best thing is it a Leeds win. Leeds to pull away from everybody, including us a little bit. But that keeps Burnley away and it keeps us where we are. So it's awful to think into it. We thought this were going to potentially be a time where we could take advantage because these two rivals were playing each other. And it's not quite worked out that way, has it, unfortunately? I'm just trying to see how it will actually set up with all different connotations. So at the moment, Leeds are top with 59 points. Sheffield United obviously played a game more, second with 58. Burnley, third on 56. And we're still 3 points clear of Sunderland in fourth. So they've got 55 and played the same games as us. So tonight, if Leeds win, they will move 4 points clear of us and 6 points clear of third place. So there's a huge incentive for Leeds to go for it tonight because this could really start for the first time this season to open up some daylight in this title race because that's what it is. It's a title race. That's how close we all are. If they draw tonight, obviously Leeds move to 60 points. That means one loss and a win for Sheffield United. We can leapfrog them again because they only moved. They'll be 2 points in front of us then. Burnley will not have enough to overtake us. They will stay on 57 points behind us. A Burnley win takes them to 59. Equal with Leeds. Obviously, Leeds' goal difference is better, but not by loads. And obviously, there's a goal swing counts for 2 this game, doesn't it? Obviously. So a Burnley win will take them into second place on 59 points, and we will drop to third as we're on 58. So not the end of the world any way round, to be honest. I think a draw is the most appealing result. Now that I've seen the Burnley connotations, I'm not bothered if Burnley win it, to be honest. But let's get into your comments, see what you're saying. When Saturdays come, now, Bry, good evening, pal. This is Bry and his new channel. I want us all to support Bry with his new project because Bry is a huge contributor to the Ramble, both on and off screen. But is it when Saturdays come? I know it can't be when Saturday comes, but it surely it's not when Saturdays comes. Just a little, just so you're happy, mate. That's all. But evening, chaps. Going to be an interesting game. Leeds are dodgy at the back, so I'm expecting Burnley to score. I'm going 2-1 Leeds or 1-1. Have a great night. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you, pal. Scotty says we have 2 or 3 chances of a good result. 2/3 of a chance of a good result tonight. Either Leeds win and keeps Burnley thirds at 2 point gap, or both the draw and stay second. Either way with the loss. We've come out of this a bit safe. Yeah, we have. Joey says we need a draw tonight, or dare I say a Leeds win. You can't have Burnley closing the gap. They won't close the gap. They'd leapfrog us, wouldn't they? It's one of them. Could see a boring 1-1 tonight. Love the new setup. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. Thank you, Joe. I do love it myself, I must say. This is KC Sofas, by the way, as well. Soccer Sofas. Thank you to them for contributing to our setup. And obviously this, again, Marty Greer with the brilliant artwork on the walls. Absolutely love it. Nige says, good evening, Jimmy and fellow behind the Ramblers. What's the best result for tonight? Again, you can argue for any result, I think, to be honest. Draw, Leeds win, Burnley win, all 3 work in our favour in some ways. And if we win our games, it's a difficult one to predict. Harry says, to be honest, I want a draw, but I can see Burnley getting jammy and nicking a goal just like they did at Ellen Road. Yeah, potentially new setup, Jim. Absolutely right. Pat, what do you think? Do you like it, Harry? Do you like it? This is all joking aside, this is a channel based on feedback. So if people don't like it or they have any suggestions or they prefer the old one, it's probably not going to go straight back to the old one, I'll be honest, because it took me ages to move everything around today. Got a great sweat on doing it. I like it. My first impressions are I really like it. But I can blow hot and cold with these things. Nobody really likes change. So we'll stick with it for a little bit. Even if I start to sour on it a little bit, we'll stick with it and just see how we get on. And the thing I'm looking forward to is getting more of these bad boy posters on the wall and mixing it up a little bit so we can change the setup a touch, can't we, in how it goes. And I took this, you see the Blades Ramble sticker there. So that's for new merch. Like it's not going to be a proper logo change. We're sticking with the really sweet Blades Ramble logo. But this is like just a Run DMC logo thing that I've got for merch, which I really like. But I tried taking it off as part of, you know, moving things around, ripped all the paint off. So it was white behind that sticker. No problem, no worries. I need to sort a couple of bits out. Nipped into town today, got a tester pot of black paint, or so I thought. It were a black coated, it were like a black case. It were white paint because I put it straight on wall, white, so sticker's gone back on. So that may move, but it'll only move when I've got some black paint. Nige says, best attack against the best defense. Yeah, unfortunately. Nick Cook, good evening, pal. Ramble royalty. How are you, my friend? Sir Nicholas of Cook. Hope you're well. Ian says, evening all. I'm gonna have to get a higher chair, Anna, because I need the photos, the posters in the picture, but my chair's not big enough. I'm sat on a cushion here, trying to raise it up because it won't lift anymore. Evening all. Hope, and in the comments when I'm streaming, I'm like Wilson off Home Improvement. Shout out to everybody who knows what I'm talking about with that. Evening all. Hoping rightly or wrongly for a draw with a couple of red cards for each team thrown in. Hamza announcement midstream will be a bonus. Yes, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Up the Blades, up behind the Ramble, up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Thank you, pal. Justice for Butterfingers. Justice for Melier. We love him. We love him. What a player. Scott says, question on Blades if it's allowed. Of course it is, pal. We're a Blades channel, aren't we, first and foremost? Do you know what's happening with Kenny? From what I'm told, Eartha Berlin ain't playing ball and Kenny is desperate for the move. It's only going to go one way in it, pal. He'll be a Blade before end of window. No doubt about it. I hope it's before Derby, though, because that'd be a real bonus. But again, if it's not, I'm not. I mean, Gilchrist was really poor against Hull. I thought he was very poor in the first half against Swansea. We have got other options there. I don't know where Sariki is. I were a little bit worried. I still haven't had that clarity yet. But I'd have faith in Gilchrist against Derby to do a job, to be honest. So I think Kenny will be here. But if it's not before Derby, I'm not overly concerned. Questions on the Blades? On a Blades channel? Are you crazy, Scott? I know, mate. I know. It's all right. He's trying to be polite. I appreciate it. Scott, one of the original Ramblers. Free Kenny, says Harry. Yeah, he'll come. He'll come, I think. I'll be surprised if he don't now. Craig says draw or Burnley loss and we'll still be in the mix, providing we don't have any more Friday nights. Awful that, weren't it? Awful that, Craig. Evening, Jimmy, says David. I'm hoping it's a draw. Hope you're well. I am, thank you, pal. Hope you are too. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, up behind the Ramble. Like and subscribe, please. Yes, please do. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, please do. It's our second channel. It's going to be very important going forward that we build this as best we can and fill it with content, different sort of content to the main channel. So the Rivals watch alongs really caught on, and I'm really enjoying them, to be fair. I've got a few more coming up soon. So I know, Mr. Cook, it's all about Leeds and Burnley tonight. Yeah, it is. But it directly affects Sheffield United, doesn't it? That's why we're on, pal. Doesn't matter. We still have Leeds at home. Massive game for us to win, says Craig. Absolutely. Anything but a Burnley win, says Harry. So if Burnley win, they go a point above us. I don't think that's terrible. So it's probably the least preferred outcome tonight, isn't it? But I also don't want Leeds going 4 points clear of us. I know that the first two spots are the most important. We have to remember that the first two spots are the most important. But I'm going to have to wear a Leeds shirt on a stream with Connor if we finish below them. We can't do it. We can't. It can't happen. He's a wobber and a wapscallion. Yes, in my best Elmer Fudd. Love that. Looking good, Jimmy. Like the setup. Thank you, Sai. I know. I do really like it. So for those that can't see, and the fact it's not half. It's not intentional, but I'm listening to Ali Abdal at the minute. If anybody knows him, he's a YouTuber who's sort of telling you how to do setups and stuff and gauge your thingies right. The background is slightly blurred because it puts more focus on the foreground. But this is John Fleck, a signed photo of John Fleck from Fan Cave, and this one is Billy Sharp scores goals. Signed photo, Billy Sharp from the fan cave. So there you go. Neil says, Jimmy, the Blades never do things easy. That's why we lost last Saturday. So it's a draw all day. Up the Ramble, up the Blades. Hope so, Neil. Draws the preferred outcome for me, for everybody, to be honest. Jez says, Leeds to damage Burnley and keep them well away from us. I don't want to draw either for the same reason. So Jez is all business, that Jez, isn't it, to be fair? That's the logical approach. That's probably the most sensible approach. The greedy approach is a Burnley win and we're going to steamroll everybody else. And the one in between is where we're edging his bets. So that's sensible, Jez, because Leeds running away with league title leaves second wide up for grabs, doesn't it? And we can still get that in a three-way dogfight. Unfortunately, I can see Burnley winning tonight, says John. Thought that was your casting couch, Jimmy. Well, let's hope it never gets that bad, Craig, but I'll never rule anything out. Up the Blades, up the Ramble. I will rule that out, don't worry. A draw would be perfect tonight, says Matt. Any signings close, and it's gone quiet on a centre-back, and loving the new setup, Jimmy. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that, pal. Yeah. We'll be having a hams sandwich tomorrow, I think. I thought it'd be today. Hamza Choudhury, but keep it Ramble. We will be going live when that's confirmed. I think John Joe Kenny will quickly follow, and they're keeping us guessing on a centre-back, aren't they? Which, you know, I don't mind. I've heard things, but I don't really want to throw names out there. The names you've heard, but it's doing the rounds, isn't it? So we'll see. It looks great, Jim. Thank you, Harry. Only thing I say about the setup is another light at the other side of the room. Yes. Yeah, fair dues, Joe. Fair dues. Yeah, I'll look into that, to be fair. I don't know if I've got a... Oh, yeah, I have got a plug down that side. I like the new setup. Looks brilliant, mate, says Nige. Thank you, pal. Thank you. Appreciate that. Marty's posters look great framed, says Tom. Hoping for a draw tonight. Promotion is more important than winning the league. Yeah. Oh, Leeds win. Blech. Oh, I can't cheer for Leeds. I can't. Can I? Tom, it was great meeting you, by the way, in Triple Point. Just shame about result, weren't it? Friday night. Thanks for coming, pal. Much appreciated. Dublin Blade says, draw or a Leeds win. Don't want Burnley to get out. We blew the chance on Friday. You really put pressure on these two. Will Burnley play their normal 1-9-1 formation? Great studio setup, Jim. Still no WD-40. No, that's right, pal. That's right. I do need a new chair, though, because I probably need to be half a foot higher, don't I, really, for this. Plus, it shows off the merch more if I'm higher up. Another cheap plug there. Matt says, if you can see if you can light up the Blade Rumble sign, would look so nice. Oh, right. Okay, like a spotlight on it. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe. I've cooled off now, just about, says thank you. I'm glad. James, for those that missed it, was battling away with a Leeds fan in the chat. Yesterday, was it? No, 90 after 90. Saturday, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad, mate. Listen, you were doing us proud, but it were a bit of a back and forth, weren't it? And the United side. Yeah, maybe so, like a spotlight on them both. I'll have a look at it, Matt. I like Joe's idea as well, like at opposite side. I'm happy for a Leeds win here, says Danny Boy. Just need to open that gap from second to third spot. Winning the league is not the be-all and end-all. Top two go up. If Leeds win, Burnley stay 2 points behind the Blades after the shambles against Hull. We could do with a break, and a defeat wouldn't mean that much if Burnley drop points. That's true. That's sensible option number 2 for me. Evening, pal, says Ben. Dear football gods, please don't let Burnley win. Evening, mate. Hope you're well. Cooler King says, Villa fan in peace. However it goes tonight, and whatever the final table looks like, the Championship race is far more exciting and evenly balanced than the Premier League. Best of luck. Thank you, pal. Appreciate that, and thanks for joining us here tonight. David says, Leeds win, probably the best option. They have the strongest squad, in my opinion. Love the new look Ramble HQ. Artwork's brilliant. Thank you, mate. That's Marty Great's artwork. Somebody that we are working with at the minute. Link is in the description. Use the code BLADESRAMBLE at checkout to get your free poster. But yeah, they are great and really good value as well. I know a load of Ramblers now are looking at buying them, and I just love them. I think they're great. LA Blades says, evening, Jimmy. If you have to wear a Leeds shirt, get a Sheffield United stick-on badge and cover the dirt. I've got a plan for it, mate. Don't worry. I've got a plan. Don't worry. I can't just go flush, can I? I can't do it. Oh God, up the Blades, up the Ramble, like and subscribe. Who's the one player you want to play for Sheffield United from Leeds, says LUFC Passion. If I could take any Leeds United player, well, I wouldn't take Melia because I don't think that's fair on you. Who would I take? Who would I take? I certainly wouldn't take Jayden Bogle. Tanaka, I think. Tanaka. I think he's been really, really good for you. And as much as, you know, we all have a bit of banter about Leeds have spent the most and they've got the most expensive squad. They've thrown money at this and they've sold players that they've bought with blah, blah, blah. Tanaka came in for what, 3.4 million? He's been an unbelievable player for you. So you've got to give credit where it's due. I think he's been great. Me personally, Cooper would be a great buy. From the other way around, yeah, you'd need Cooper, won't you, from us? You're crying out for a keeper. I can't believe he's not doing anything about it, to be honest. Paul Rose of Wellstoned Landscapes, thank you for your support. Pal says, don't think a Burnley win is as bad as some think. Keeps it all at a point gap. Yeah, I agree, Paul. So there's different arguments for every result in there, which is why we're going to enjoy tonight. Normally, I'd be quite nervous watching our rivals, hoping the opposition were going to win. Obviously, if it were Leeds against a Stoke or whatever. But tonight, it doesn't really. We can see a positive in any result tonight. Dry Bry says, just for clarification, Jimmy and Rambles, the name of the channel is When Saturdays Come. Just the S off the comes. Slightly different for now until YouTube allow me to change it in 14 days. Doesn't make any difference to the content. You see, you can't even see me, can you? You can't even see me when I'm reading this out. I'm looking to the side, reading it off the in fact, I'll take it off and I'll read it from here. Slightly different for now until YouTube allow me to change it in 14 days. Doesn't make any difference to the content I'm putting out on the channel, though. But thank you for pointing it out. Love the new setup. Thank you, Bry. Much appreciated, pal. Hope you're doing well. I know you've been slightly under the weather, but hope you're just about recovering now. Danny Boy says, looks like Wolves are not letting Doyle leave, so need to move on quickly to another target. We've been looking at another Brazilian midfielder, supposedly. The one that's been mooted with Everton and Leeds as well. Like, to be fair, Dan, I've been talking on channel for ages about Hamza Choudhury for a reason. It's going to be Hamza Choudhury, isn't it? He's going to be the one. So, yeah, I think that'll be it. I think that'll be our centre midfielder, Hamza Choudhury. I'm expecting 3 more. Hamza Choudhury, John Joe Kenny, and a centre-back. That's what I'm expecting. I don't think Ryan O'Neill leaves. If he does, then it potentially gives us room to manoeuvre, but I don't think he does. Maybe go for more of a lamp in one corner, give it more of a chill retro vibe. Either way, setup looks good as it is. Thank you, Joe. I will do, pal. I'll have a look at it. There is actually a plant down there, but it's not one of them tall plants. And again, you can't really see it because it's a bit dark, but I'm no interior designer, as you can probably tell. If you want any laser cut signs, aluminium or stainless, or even mild steel, give us a shout, mate, says Nige. Would look great with LEDs behind them. Oh, nice. Nice. Thank you, Nige. Dino says, think you might be better lowering your camera a bit so we can still see the fantastic background. Up the blades, up the right. Well, I can't actually. I could do that, Dino. That's a good shout. It can go a little bit lower now. It couldn't before. And then, yeah, I see what you mean. I can have a look at that. Obviously not now I'm on stream, but we'll look into that. Just dropping in before kickoff, says Liam. I'd take a draw now. They've just shown top managers points per game, and Wilder isn't in the top 10. Mad how his stint at Borough and Watford stops him from potentially top 5. That is mad, isn't it? That is mad. Yeah, Liam, look, I really like you. I can't ever say best of luck to Leeds because you know how I feel about your team, but a draw tonight for me. That's what I'm going for. How the hell Hull got Barry on loan? He's not come yet, has he, Danny? But it's looking likely that Louis Barry goes to Hull on loan. Must have offered Turkish Delight as part of the deal. Well, some people go crazy for Turkish Delight. So there you go. 5 minutes to kick off. Nige agrees. He'd 100% take Tanaka. No co-com tonight, Jimmy. Missing some intelligent and incisive comments from him. I just guess we'll just have to put up with you. Actually, Dublin Blade. I won't take that personally, even though it was a little bit of a dig. No, Jord Motson will be joining us. He's just running slightly late. He's been caught up at work today, but he will be joining us. So don't worry. We'll have a bit of professionalism on the stream, and I can just sit back and enjoy the game while he handles everything because he's that good. Danny, they can offer him more game time in terms of, yeah, they can. Hull can offer him game time. And this is something we talked about when we were looking at the January window. We wouldn't have got Louis Barry because he's not going to get in for Ben Brereton Diaz. Leeds would not have got Louis Barry because he's not going to get in for Solomon, Ramazani, Nonto. Burnley have got players that he's not going to get in front of. They've got like Sami Ento on bench and stuff like that. So we're all thinking about it logically. We're always going to be either a team that had a glaring gap, like we did before Brereton Diaz came in, or a mid-table championship team. And Hull will be that, by the way. They will finish mid-table. I know they're struggling at the minute, but they were okay the other night. The artwork is fantastic, Jimmy. It got 5 now and ready to order more. Great quality. Thank you, David. Absolutely right. He's a top man, is Marty. Danny says, I reckon probably a draw tonight. I hope you're right, Dan. I hope you're right, mate. A draw will do, says John. Blades need to up their game for Derby. This is not an easy game. There are no easy games in the Champ. Other teams are bossing our midfield. Yeah, I agree. We do. LUC Passion says, love the channel and love the banter between you and Connor. I'm really surprised you didn't buy a centre-back before any other signings. Loved Suter. Yeah, so did we, pal. Thank you for the kind words as well. We do need a Suter replacement, no doubt about it. And hopefully we get one. I think it's just a case of how the dice fall, how the cards fall, whatever the saying is, in terms of who came first. But yeah, we should have maybe prioritised the centre half. We've got away with it though up until Hull, to be honest. Ever considered setting up a Blades Ramble Fantasy League next season? Maybe we do that, James. To be fair, as part of the Patreon and if you the Ramblers, I don't do it. I can't do it. I drop all interest after the first week. I'm one of them. But my Mountain loves it, so he runs it, and we've got a fantasy league for the Ramble that he runs. Fair play to him, because I wouldn't have time to have a look at it, to be honest. Have we got any news on a centre-back? Sorry if you've already mentioned this, pal. We haven't, Danny. Not official at minute yet, pal. All the Blades up the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Jimmy Lads pimped his crib. I ain't heard that for a while. Come draw. We're all come on, draw. We're all draw supporters tonight, says Ray. Up the draw. Scott says, if Ipswich are keen on One, I'd throw a player plus cash idea and try and get Wolfenden on a perm. Yeah, I saw you'd responded to me on X with that, Scott. I think it's a good shout. I think it's a very good shout. I don't think he'll go, though, if I'm honest. Any movement on the centre-back front? No. Josh, sorry, pal. Might have covered it already, but just finished my tea. You didn't have dumplings, did you? Off to the pub to watch and enjoy this one, says Saint. Okay, mate, hope you have a good time. Claire says, I'm watching your channel, obviously, Jim, but we'll quickly switch over to Callum's channel if Burnley score. I might as well. I might too, Claire, to be honest. That's fair. Thank you for joining us. Love the artwork, says Andy. I think Hull will be promotion contenders next season, Jimmy. They are always a side that threatens to do well, aren't they? And then, obviously, they've had a poor season this year. But they sign well. They've got money behind them. I think they could do. Evening, Jimmy, says Danny. Evening, Blades. Joining you from a wet and windy Taunton tonight and hoping for a draw. Thanks for making my lonely night less lonely. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, up behind the Ramble. Hit the like and subscribe. Thank you, pal. Glad to keep you company. Would be nice if you could get Betis on the channel and ask questions to him about what the ownership goals and plans are for the future, says Dan. Okay. Studios looking the dogs, by the way, pal. Cheers, Danny. Thank you. The teams are out. Just a reminder for anybody that's not seen the lineups, I'll put them on screen for you now. A familiar Irishman on the bench for Burnley, who would probably get in our starting 11 at the minute. Familiar right back for Leeds United. If indeed he is a right back. Keep having that debate with Leeds fans, don't you worry. Evening, Jim. Only just clocked the time, says Jamie Dumpling, who still needs to change his name on here so everybody knows who he is. Right. Leeds in their yellow away kit. Now that looks cool, Jimmy. Up the Blades, up the Ramble, up behind the Ramble. Like and subscribe. Cheers, Sean. Yes. Daniel Farker in the dugout. No win in 4 managerial championship games against Burnley. Drawn 1, lost 3. That doesn't bode very well, does it? Any tips? Might have a cheeky bet tonight. Bet responsibly, pal. No, I wouldn't want to call it, to be honest. Either team can win. It's like the promotion race itself. You can't call it. There's strengths in. We're all different teams, all four of us, and we've all got different strengths and weaknesses. And it's real. It's going to be fascinating to see how it plays out. Have you just finished your dumplings, Jamie? Says Ian. Looking for a draw here, Jimmy lad. Says Jace. Okay, like and subscribe. To be honest, to be really honest, like and subscribe. I know what you're saying, pal. That photo of Bogle didn't give the justice it deserved when you put the team up, Jimmy. I know, and we're off. We're off. Burger tonight for Jamie Dumpling. Attack against defence at the highest quality in the league. That's right. Ball's back with Mez already. Come on, Mez. Justice familiar. Betting tip 1-1, says Joe. Cullen yellow and a Solomon goal. There you go, Dan. That's for you, pal. Danny here. Right, I've just had a £10 Burnley winning half-time. Leeds full. Leeds full. Oh, interesting. That's not a bad shout, you know. I'm bet responsibly. Some people, you know, Bogle now down the right-hand side. And it's given back to Burnley. Lyle Foster on the left-hand side. Comments covering the chin tonight. I know, mate. I need a higher chair, don't I? Leeds to score early, says Chris. Betting tip, don't bet, says Nige. Yeah, that's the only way to secure your brassing tip. When the fun stops, stop. That's right. But if there's any betting sponsors that want to sponsor the Ramble, you know, man's got to earn a living. Can we get a time? You can indeed, Jamie Dumpling. I'll tell you what. No, I've got to give you a time for everyone. I'm going to say if you change your name, I'll give you a time, but I've got to give everybody a time. It is 1 minute and 32, 33, 34. And Burnley have got it in their own half. Now going down the left-hand side. Oh, nice. I'll tell you what, there's loads of space here. Jaden Anthony. Oh, Leeds just about get it clear. 2 red cards apiece will suit, says Bright. Don't be betting on that, by the way, Danny. I bet on 10 red cards and 3 penalties tonight for Leeds, Jimmy. Right, for a tenner on that. I wouldn't bother, Danny. It's cleared by Leeds. And it's a Burnley throw. Evening, Jim. Don't want a Leeds win. It'll be 5 minutes of the weather on calendar and 25 minutes of their win. Yeah, that's right, actually. That's right. I can't. Pump the chair up, Jimmy. It's as high as it'll go. Andy, I wish I could, mate. I'm sat on a cushion here. I feel like my father. Sorry, Andy the Blade. Sorry, that's a joke. That's a joke. Not a very good one. I shall wash my mouth out and show you the correct respect. This is the view from the mountain. Looking forward to watching a game with no pressure. 9 goals conceded all season is incredible. Love the setup, Jim. Upgraded Mountie Towers and all. Thanks, Matt. I'm the Mountie. Where's Jord tonight? He's on his way, pal. Don't you worry. He says he'll come when you change your name on YouTube. Shots fired at ATB. Never. He's the MVP of the channel. Here come Burnley again, and it's picked up by Leeds. Need to ask Jord about thinking we need to demand Gyökeres money for One. Okay. Bogle. Oh, inside, and he gives it away, but it's not well cleared. It's a shot by Leeds, and it's cleared again. Jaden Nanty picks it up, but loses possession. It's got to be a free kick on edge at box to Leeds. It is. So a bet out there for a keeper calamity, which causes a goal. Be quids in if I bet on Leeds. Could be. Use a booster. Have you got one spare, Jamie? Have you got a booster seat spare? And I might. Louis Barry is a risk, in my opinion, at this level, so I can see why the big teams haven't gone in for him. That's fair, Kyle. Similar to Jez, which you could argue is an experiment that's not yet worked. Not yet worked. So this is a free kick to Leeds. 20 yards out, so maybe 2 or 3 yards away from edge at box. Left-hand side, just a bit further wide than the post. Too close to have a shot, surely, unless you're going right to other side. Jim, we're not all 6'10". I'm 6'1", actually, I'll have you know. 5'4". Not wrong with 5'4", by the way. Is the Bri? Joking, obviously. I have to keep myself entertained while Jord gets here. Because the commentary is not going to be up to much, let's be honest. So here we go. Free kick, it's the wall. And they get called for offside, which is absolutely ludicrous. No discipline in this Leeds side. No discipline. Rossi says 0-0 draw and a load of yellow cards suits us just fine. Please hurry up, United, and get a decent centre back in. Joe says, saw visit. Say on the One Leeds channel with Connor that Sheffield United won't get up because of consistency. Thoughts? I think with the new signings, if it all clicks, we pull away with Leeds. To me, it's all opinions, isn't it, Joe? I don't really know where that comes from, to be honest. I couldn't give a solid, in all honesty, I couldn't give a solid opinion on Burnley because I don't watch them enough. I see the records. I think what Vizzy's probably seen is the results, which have been a bit up and down. If it is in the performances, you'd know we've been consistently average. But I'm with you. I think once the new signings click, which is tough to get to, but Wilder managed to do it with all the new signings in the summer. So why can't he do it in January? I'm sure he can. I think we're going to be really dangerous. We're going to be really dangerous. We've struggled in a couple of positions, centre-back and centre midfield, and we're going to strengthen both. Here come Leeds again, down left-hand side now. Solomon to Byram, tries to cross, but it's back. It falls to edge at box. Tanaka. Bogle, left foot, scooped high over the bar. 0-0 drawn, 2 red, says Dino. I hope you're right. Burnley have had 7 0-0 draws apparently this season. That's crazy, isn't it? But again, like Man Mountain says, 9 goals conceded, nearly 30 games in is absolutely ludicrous. Not you, Bri. Dry Bri. I know you're 5'10". Oh, I don't know you're 5'10". I don't think we haven't met, have we yet? That is consistency. Absolutely right, it is, Joe. Going 2 red cards for Farker and Parker. Farker and Parker for arguing whose hair's better. No way. Scott Parker would not lose that argument. He will argue till he's blue in the face. He loves his hair. Leeds are very good in the transition, says Scott. They are, mate. They are. We take the mick, don't we? Because we've got to. But going forward, I don't think there's, I'll say many better rather than any better in this league. Here's Gruev. Gives away possession, but it's deflected into the path of Solomon, who comes into the box. He's on his right foot. He's brought a man in, but he can't control it. I think it was Pirro who couldn't control it, and it's cleared, but scooped clear, and Leeds are going to recycle it. They've got it in their own half now. Rather drop 3 points in a game like Hull, where it'll be kick up the backside and have got a draw from that performance. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I take the point. Dublin Blade says, I'd take about as much notice of Leeds fans as I do the Pigs. If I worry about what they said, I'd stop watching football. It's a game of opinions, though, Dublin Blade. And to be fair, I love the fact that, look, within our own fan base, we disagree, don't we, massively about different stuff. And hopefully, what we try and do is come to some sort of understanding, or at least respect each other's opinion. Now, I don't expect anybody to, you know, pander to opposition fans or anything like that. But I always find it really interesting as to what they think about us, and we can tell them what we think about them. So yeah, we don't have to be dictated to by any other fan base at all. But I just find it interesting. That's why Roy's View from does so well. Here come Leeds again, but it's scooped clear for a throw in line with the 18-yard box on the right-hand side for Leeds. Either way, whoever goes up will get embarrassed. So let's enjoy it while we can. Not yet, mate, but I will hope. Yeah. Well, you know where to find me, Bri. You know where to find me, pal. Triple point before every home game. Bogle down the right again. Dan James tries to play him back in, but it's scooped clear by Lyle Foster. Here's Ian Fleming trying to win a free kick, going down weak, but Refs conned by it. I think Bogle would have been good to keep despite his poor defensive ability, but the money for him was so key to getting Burrows and oh Lord, Michael Cooper. Look, Bogle would be in our lineup today. Whatever we say, Bogle would be in our lineup. But when a player, he didn't refuse to play, but he asked to move to a promotion rival, he can go. And I stand by. I don't think he's a good defender. Don't mean he's not a good player at this level. Here come Burnley, by the way. Jaden Anthony into the box, cross the right-hand side, header by Fleming, and it's poor and it's wide. Want to hear Farker and Parker to the tune of Bodger? Farker and Parker, Farker and Parker, la 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 la. Farker and Parker are never far away. Nice. Parker likes mashed potato. We need Jord, don't we? Where is Jord when you need him? I'm going crazy here. Lee's playing it out from the back. That's what I like. Justice for Melier. New setup looks quality, Jim. Thank you, S17. Thank you, pal. Appreciate it. Blades have agreed a nominal fee for Tom Lawrence, supposedly, as he's out of contract at the end of the season and Rangers have sanctioned his release. Supposedly a medical booked in the next 72 hours. Solid signing. I'd be surprised, Dan. I'd be surprised. Again, I'm like Wilson off home improvement again, aren't I? Does anybody get that reference, by the way? But, yeah, so I've got a message from Jord saying it won't be long, so don't worry. He'll come and save the day soon. Tom Lawrence, I'd be surprised. What's he really done? If we're going to get anybody from Rangers, we should have got Todd Cantwell, shouldn't we? Andy the Blade, we're after him, and look how well he's doing now at Blackburn. Leeds fires it in to Tanaka. Oh, Aronson, sorry. Leeds now coming forward with it slowly but surely. Solomon. Hey, where's my thing? Where you seen that, Danny boy? Jamie Dumpling says he's amazed Leeds aren't going for a cam or a striker. They might yet. They might yet. But to be fair, the argument from Leeds fans has always been they're comfortable that they've got probably the best squad in the league, which is hard to argue other than goalkeeper. I would expect them to sign a centre-half before they sign a striker, to be honest. Where did you see that, Dan? When Fitty can do a job a bit like Davis. It's a lot of money, though. A lot of money. Burnley playing a little bit dangerously, but managed to get it out. Scary how fast both teams are in transition, says Rick. Yeah, it is. Particularly Leeds. Massive game of opinion, says Joe. Me and Nick Cook had a ding-dong in the Plat chat the other night. People disagreed. Doesn't mean anyone is right or wrong. Still believe I was right. Absolutely. And that's what it's about, isn't it? That's absolutely what it's about, Joe. I just check the news now. And note on there, says Bry. Can tell why Burnley have a good defence, even with short centre-halves. I bet they can't read comments as well without covering the face up. I have a lot of confidence that if we go up, that we'd spend a decent amount. And if we stay up, and we stay up. Last Prem season, we needed a lot of squad players. Now we just need that extra quality, says Kyle. I can see a Melier calamity coming, says Jamie Dumpling. Chris says, one of the reasons I like a pint in Triple Point before the matches is there's always a smattering of away fans in. It's great to hear their point of view. Absolutely right, Chris. And if you're in Triple Point before a game, why aren't you joining us? Why aren't you coming over and saying hello to us? Never mind speaking to Hull fans. Mashed potato, highlight of the match so far. Lawrence would be good at this level. It's a bit like, and I know they're different players, but it's a bit like the Oxlade-Chamberlain rumours, isn't it? Big reputation from a couple of years ago, a lot of money, but what's he done for the last couple of years? And I'm not saying he's done nothing. I'm not saying he wouldn't be good at the level, but it's a bit unproven. It's a little bit like the John Joe Shelby signing for Burnley, isn't it? Been in obscurity for the last 18 months. Is he going to be the same player that we remember? Or is he coming for a payday? Sat on our injury treatment table. Are you going to give us a tour of the setup then? I'll get the camera out where you can use the force with it. I've put that away, actually, Jay. I've put that away. The camera. Where zoom on demand. Or when you don't demand. Burnley also trying to hijack the deal, says Danny, for Tom Lawrence. Cantwell very much in the same style as Callum O'Hare. Would much rather have Callum O'Hare, says F17. Work rate is far better than Cantwell. He is a 10, to be fair, isn't he? But he can play 8. Has Kepa gone permanently, Jim, to Bournemouth? Is it? I don't think so. Don't think so. Better? Far better than Cantwell. Is that what we're talking about, Jamie? How come Voldemort isn't playing? Which one's Voldemort? Remind me which one's Voldemort. 0-0 all night long, this calling it now, says Ian. Yeah, there's not really been a clear-cut chance yet, and we're on 15 minutes and 9, 10, 11. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I think you can't comment on this one without being subscribed, but for those that are watching, we've got 666 watching. I don't know if that's an omen. But yeah, it would really help us get to the magic 1,000, which is where we need to be honest. So thank you to everybody that's jumping on and watching with us. Understand we need some experience in key positions, but I always feel better as signing players who have the potential to improve and get sold on for a profit, says Josh. Would you class Campbell as that then, Josh? Because yes, we've paid a big fee for him, but at 22, you'd like to think, and there's never a guarantee. See example, Brewster, Rian. It's never a guarantee that you're going to make money on him. But even though we've outlaid, there's been a big outlay for Tom Cannon. Would you class that as a buying potential? Because I would potentially, potentially. Kohler King says it's amazing that Farker has basically staked his reputation on Meslier. Absolutely. Of all the players to back to the hilt, did Leeds even try to get a replacement, or did they just fail to get one? They haven't tried, pal. They haven't tried. I don't understand it. And look, they may well still go up. If they win tonight, they're going to be favourites to go up, aren't they? Obviously. And he may feel justified because of that, but he has been a hindrance rather than a help to their promotion push. No doubt about it. Here we go. Bogle, Dan James in. Takes a shot, but it's across the goal and wide of the far post. Decent ball in from Bogle, that, to be fair. He's very good going forward, as we know. Can really contribute to the attack. We've probably missed that a bit this season. Yeah. So it's a bit of a cross shot from Dan James. He just sort of puts it into a decent area. But yeah, Meslier, and I don't know many, if any, Leeds fans that rate him. And here come Leeds again. We hamstrung ourselves last season by selling our best player and Berger. Then we invested poorly and left ourselves seriously undercooked, says Dublin Blade. We're a disaster, weren't it? We're a disaster. I know, again, that's another thing that we can debate on and, you know, have reasoning for this and that and other. But it was just a poor season all around. Voldemort. Shelby. Of course it is, yeah. Sorry, boys. I mean, is the username better? No. No. I want the full name. And I want a dumpling as your profile picture. Dave the Nose is committed. So he's the shining example of the channel, as he always is, to be fair. Bryce says, so Leeds can call him back rather than Meslier. Kepa? Kepa as in Kepa Arrizabalaga? I don't know if we're on different wavelengths here, Bryce, because Kepa's been a Chelsea player, hasn't he? I think he's on loan at Bournemouth. Which Leeds, I don't think Leeds have got a decent keeper out on loan. I might be wrong. Would be nice to get Choudhury deal for a permanent at the end of the season, even if we didn't go up as a solid signing for the champ, says Danny. I agree. But the ball's in our court now, isn't it? What a chance, says the Saint. Get in there, Jamie, says Ian. Ian, the gatekeeper. If you think we don't go up this season, there'll be a... Do you think if we don't go up this season, there'll be a fire sale? I don't think there'll be a fire sale. I think Burnley have just tried to attack, but played ball out of play. So Leeds throwing their own half. I don't think there'll be a fire sale, but I do expect Anel, Hamer, and probably Sousa to leave. which will bring in big money. Obviously, huge blow on the pitch, particularly Hamer and Sousa and Anel, to be fair. But will rake in huge money, and the rebuild will continue. We'll still have players like Tom Cannon. We'll have the option on Brereton Diaz. We'll probably get Choudhury anyway, I would have thought, because I think bringing him in, he can work alongside Vinny, or he can work instead of Vinny, because they do a similar job. Yeah, Cannon, Burrows, Cooper, McCallum, all players that could end up getting better and bringing big numbers. Should keep focused on under 23s, 24-year-olds. You've got to have a blend, though, I think, Josh, haven't you? Which is why Wilder's been looking for a bit of experience. Who are the leaders in the group at the minute? I'm not seeing many. But that's why I think I'm not against Michael Keane coming in if that happens, because I know he's not pulled up any trees at Premier League level, but he's a leader. He's a captain. I'm not sure Jack Robinson is. Kelvin says this stage of the season where Leeds lose their bottle again and end up in the playoffs. We'll see, Kelv. We can't get too cocky, can we, at minute? They're looking good at the moment. Well, they're looking all right, aren't they? They're not looking amazing, but they're doing what's needed. To be fair, the burger money paid for Gus, and I know I'd rather have. I agree with that, Jamie. Here we go. Left-hand side, crossed by Burnley. Header by Zian Fleming, who's not a number 9. But it's wide of the goal, and it's a Leeds goal kick. What's everyone's suggestions on getting more out of the crowd? Oh, great question. No idea. Do you think we should eventually move the away end? No. I like the setup as it is. Obviously, the Cops, where the majority of noise comes from. I don't know. It's just... See, the thing is, when teams come, they always rate the atmosphere at Bramall Lane. But being in the ground, I don't. Didn't he play for Leeds, or am I just losing it, Jimmy? I don't think he did, Bri. I don't think he did. I may be wrong. I may be just completely losing my marbles, to be honest. Don't want Leeds keeper to drop another gonad until after this window shuts, says Dino. Clever, yeah. I see you thinking there. Here come Burnley down left-hand side. Can Bogle stop the cross? No, he can't. It's crossed in and it's headed clear. Here we go. Is that Laurent? Now out for Jaden Anthony on edge at box. It's come out to... Oh, it's a lot of movement. Josh Brownhill gets robbed. Burnley coming back with it because Aronson couldn't control it. New owners are in charge. I'd like to tie down an Ellen Hamer on 4 or 5 year deal, says Danny. Absolutely right. Jamie Dumpling. Yes, Jay. And El may even go up with his contract expiring. Also, where's the CW contract extension? I don't think Anel will leave if we go up. So Leeds free kick on edge at box. That's silly from Lyle Foster. Wilder's contract will come. I've no doubt about it. A few players would be sold, Matthew, but that's the reason we're investing in our youth. That's why we brought in Cannon, Burrows, Cooper, Blaster, Peck, Brooks, One, Asula. We have a good core of players. Leeds are a Timu Man City, says Glenn. Nice. Hey up. Hang on a sec. Cooper, Blaster, Peck, all leaders and young. It's about character, not age. I think you sometimes need a bit of experience. They are leaders in their own way, but I still think you need experience. But listen, at this point in time, I'm just going to watch this free kick, and then we'll upgrade the commentary significantly. Leeds free kick from the right-hand side. It's crossed in, but it's cleared by Burnley. Volleyed back in, blocked. Brownhill clears. Back in by Leeds. It's got to beat keepers, and it is. And welcome to the Ramble. Jordy boy.
How you doing, pal?
I'm all right, thank you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
Hey, look at this. I created something especially for us today. So I'm glad you could make it in, because I'd already made this when you messaged me saying you were struggling. Where is it? It's here. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Jord Motson.
Professional. Big upgrading studio. And I want viewing and all.
Hello, mate. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Thanks, mate.
Wall of legends. I like it.
It is a wall of legends. You're right. It is.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Right.
The missed out.
No, mate. No. a little bit back and forth, but no real clear-cut chances, to be honest. Jake says, with a fit team, bar season-long injuries, who starts alongside Sousa in midfield? Does Hamer go alongside him and have BBD and Raksaki on the wings and O'Hare in the middle, Choudhury on the bench? Potentially the other... It's between Raksaki and Choudhury for me, Jake, because Hamer stays in the team. So you either play Hamer alongside Sousa and Choudhury drops out, or you play Hamer on the right and Raksaki drops out. So that's the choice for me. Ian's happy with Jamie changing his name, as am I. Tim Allen, more power. Yes, correct, Terry, correct. Burnley heads it clear. If Liverpool and Tottenham offer big bucks like 20 million for O'Neill, would you sell? Quick fire sale? Yes, I certainly would. Jord?
Absolutely.
Are you selling? Absolutely right, you are.
I think it's not that is. I think I noticed someone put it in chat earlier. That's Cannon's £10 million that we paid for him. Done. Wiped off. It's done. You know, if he did go, could potentially bring in a better centre back we might be after on a permanent, or even I don't know how much Tommy Doyle would cost, but you know, someone like bringing Tommy Doyle into help out in midfield as well as Choudhury could tempt ones with that. So yeah, no, 20 million, yeah, it'd definitely be gone for me. And
have you seen this disrespect from Jamie Dumpling, by the way?
Mr. Dumpling by name, Dumpling by nature.
This Burnley team at Prem will get a few draws and lose the rest if Leeds get promoted, and we don't. I'm sure they would be sniffing round Cooper. That's if Man City don't get there. Let's not think about that, Danny. More experienced characters come with age. Example: Morgan, Sharp, etc. Says Nige. I agree with that. At last, a bit of quality has arrived to save the day. Says Dublin. Thanks, mate. Thanks. It's fair. It's fair. Evening, Jordy. Says Ian. Dream team are back for the watch along. Says Matt. Jord, the Lord Motson. Jord, the Lord. Nice. Time, please, says Jamie. It's 26, 24, 25, 26. For me, Hamer drops alongside Sousa and we keep our natural wingers on the wing, says Jake. We're going to have to keep up with this game. Do you reckon we'll see any signings for the academy this window? I'm sure only came in last Jan. We could do, mate. It'll be... it's opportunistic, isn't it? So we'll see. I stand at the back of the Cop and they're singing most of the game. Every time I've sat in any other stand, it's really quiet, even to the point of being told to sit down and shut up when singing. Yeah, it's hard to get it going in John Street, Chris. I'll be honest. Not that I try very often to be at the moment, because it's embarrassing being only one. Oh, crossed into box. Bogle now back in. Oh, it's Connor Roberts nods it behind. Profile picture fixed. Yes, Jimmy. Nice. Yeah, I think so. I'm not too sure about it, to be honest. Wonder if Asula would be happy knowing that One played a lot less games for the Blades but got sold for more money than him. Perfect response, Jord. Put that water in your mix and stir it, Mr. Dumpling. That's nice. Right, Jord. You do your thing, pal. You take over for a bit if you want.
Oh, it's me taking over?
Go for it.
It's going to be tough because I don't know what players' names, so I'm just going to be mentioning Leeds and Burnley. I've not got no homework with me today. I've not had time.
How was your day been, mate, as it goes out for a goal kick from a stray Bogle pass, which we always like?
Very, very busy. Very busy.
Stuck in Chesney, weren't you? Still at 6:30?
Well, we're in Preston, past their ground.
Right.
Then we were at Stockport. Then I was at Chesterfield, so long day. Long day, but we'll not talk about that. Let's talk football instead.
Nice one.
But yeah, Jaden Bogle kicked out for a goal kick, you know, what he usually does, so... We'll leave it at that on Bogues. Not fond of him anymore. Don't like him.
No, me neither. Me neither.
It's now a throw-in and Bogle is about to take it as well. So, in Leeds is off. While Mr. Farker is getting rather agitated.
It's embarrassing, Jim, because Andy the Blade's telling you to sit down and shut up. I have to tell him to shut up sometimes. Eki Outsal tells us both to shut up if you want the truth. What do you think to the rumours about Ryan One? Says Matt. I don't think there's much substance to him, to be honest. I'm sure he is being admired by bigger clubs. I'll be amazed if they make a bid in January rather than the summer.
I've seen I don't know if it's true, but or who reported it. Ipswich and Menor made a move, but no to that.
I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. Again, Could be wrong.
I don't think he's played enough games. Don't get me wrong. Everyone knows he's got potential, but I don't think he's played enough games for any team to take a punt on him yet.
If you built a striker from scratch, you'd give him all of Ryan One's physical qualities, wouldn't you? Pace, strength, agility, and So, he's tall, he runs the flanks, but I honestly think it's too early. I think he's too raw.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's come straight from academy. What's he had? A year? Not even that at our academy. Scoring goals in academy, and then he's gone straight into the first team, which is, no credit to him. And he took the ball at Bristol City, didn't he? He took his chance, but he's not ready yet. He's not ready yet. And needs experience. It's not going to harm him if we send him on loan to a League One team. It's a Burnley corner as well. Jaden Anthony to take it. And someone's been shown a yellow card. I'm not quite sure who that is.
Solomon, I think.
Solomon, yeah.
Chirping.
He's a cheat code in this division, isn't he?
Yeah, he's class. He's on loan from Tottenham, isn't he? But I think he's been injury prone, so he's come out to get games and he's done well.
A fair bit of money as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Short corner. I think is that Connor Roberts, left foot, gets blocked. Comes back out to Roberts, who plays it to Anthony, and he kicks the ball out of play.
That's very cool. Who do you think's worth more, One or Peck? To me, Peck has shown more quality than One, but strikers of his age and physique are hard to find. Yeah, One for that reason. That he's the prime position. It's the Hollywood position, and it's striker, and he'll go for more money, and he's younger as well. Meslier is a real danger man for Burnley here. Could snatch it for Burnley at any moment, says Kelv. You can never write all Butterfingers off. That's true. Very true. When you mentioned
I had one of my mates' sons.
Can you do it in a whiny voice? When you mentioned Farker? Okay.
I had one of my mates' sons the other day. He's only a young lad, bless him. And he just follows YouTube and what have you. Yeah. He tried telling me that Meslier is better than Cooper.
Do you know what? Leeds won't try that. Even
he's I think he's 8-year-old, and honestly, I just remained tight-lipped because I really wanted to go in, but then I remembered his age and thought, no, I better not. It's not, he's got all the learning to do still, so I left it at that. But no way is Meslier better than Cooper, and he never will be.
Right. No, agreed. Why do you think CW chucked Peck, who was dead on his feet, at right back on Friday? Bonkers. It were a strange one, weren't it, Ben? I weren't expecting it. Who did he bring off? Who did he bring off to go right back? Who were playing right? Well, not only that, but Bruce.
Gilchrist was right back, weren't he?
He was, but then who did
he come off for?
I'm sure between times somebody dropped in at right back and a more natural defender. I might be wrong. It's just
they did, and I can't remember who it is. I've completely forgot.
What do you think to England manager saying he will look at championship players? I don't believe him, Matt, and I don't necessarily think he should, to be honest. People rave about Joe Bellingham, for example. He's not a patch on somebody like, he's not going to get in above a Cole Palmer, is he, or anything like that. So I think the standard is so big, they'd need to be playing in the Premier League.
You can have him training with squad. There's not wrong with calling him up when he has, if he calls up a bigger squad, before he brings it down.
30 man and stuff like that.
A bit of experience, but no. Listen, if they are good enough, if they're good enough to get an England team, they're playing in Championship, then there's probably something wrong there because they should be playing in Premiership.
Yeah, but, agreed.
I don't think he'll call many up, if any.
And it is a big unit and bullied underage defenders in that age group. Yeah, maybe so. There's a big difference in there. H&G, says Dean. Don't know. I've lost that completely. Shut up, Solomon, says Jamie Dumpling. Ipswich have officially bid for One, but been knocked back by the Blades. Are you sure about that, Danny boy? I'm not so sure. Spurs have sent scouts to watch him and preparing a bid, and Liverpool want him to sell him and get the money. It'll be
if Liverpool come in, it's £24 million.
It's Brewster money.
So we get back what we paid for Brewster.
Yeah, that's right.
Leeds now on the edge of Burnley's box. Solomon tries to cross it, and it's blocked by Jaden Ante, and it's a corner to Leeds.
How's Sander getting on at Fulham? I've no idea, to be honest. I think he's involved a little bit. Have you seen or heard of him?
Oh, he was injured. I don't know if I think they played. I don't know if they played Arsenal. They played somewhere. I was watching it, and he went to put a tackle in, and he come off. Because I don't know if it was his knee. He went to roll his knee. I can't remember. So I'm guessing he's injured at the moment.
Classic Sander. Classic Sander.
With the corner, and it goes all the way through. Everyone misses it. Dan James picks it up on the right-hand side. Aronson makes a run, but James goes on his own. He now crosses it back in. Falls to Pirro, who takes it back out wide. And he's tackled. And
Great tackle. Great tackle.
But then loses it to Bogle, who plays a ball through. They looked offside. Trafford clears it back up to halfway.
Let's have a look. Melier comes out of his box. Got to teach him early, Jord. He'll only get upset in the future when he realises Melier is tosh. Gilchrist off, JRS on.
Yeah, I remember that, but I can't remember who went at right back then. Someone did. It weren't McCallum, were it? I don't think it were.
No. Glad Tuchel is looking at Champo players and doesn't have big six bias like Southgate, says Jamie Dumpling. If it's true about the interest in One, we could have a bidding war at the end of the window and get a decent fee for him. Absolutely, Ray. Anything north of 15 million quid, we're absolutely laughing. Get Coops in the England squad, says Jared. Jared, I think I met your dad today. Let me know if that did happen. Raksaki came on for Gilchrist. I know, Matt, but we're trying to work out who dropped to right back. I can't for life of me think who it was. Sanders looking class, says Danny, as is Illiman at Everton. Hoping the new owner.
Sorry, Bogle got balled out right then. He played it in centre.
Not me any time, Jord, because
into box, and it were intercepted by Burnley centre half, who then cleared it back out for a throw-in, but it looked like they were going to be in then. Bogle takes his throw into Aronson, comes back to Bogle, plays it back up the line, and Leeds are just knocking it across back line now into centre back to Harrison, chips one over the top to Bogle right hand side, and it goes out for a throw-in.
Chris says he's just popped over to Connor's channel and he's not very happy, shaking his head, saying Leeds build-up is shot, shall we say. Jake says, do you think we see a lot less of Peck when Davies is fit? Choudhury's here, Hamer slotting in there. I think Peck starts to become a rotation option, so he might start the odd game, a little bit like Sariki's been when Sariki's been fit.
I think it's like midweek games, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
He'll probably start them midweek games and then Saturday games or Fridays, whatever. It'll probably be your Sousa and Choudhury, I would think, or Davis if he gets back fit. So
seriously, a better English left back available than Burrows now. Right now, only one I could see just due to the lack of players there, says Bent's. Fair point. Where are you getting this info from, Danny Boy? Seems like a lot of nonsense to me, pal, says Nige. Shots fired from Nige. Ben Jacobs confirms Choudhury is done. I'll wait for the club and then we can have a chat. Sander played last night against Man U, played the full 90. There you go. Just seen Choudhury's passed his medical, says Nige. That was yesterday, I think. I might be wrong. Sander the Snake played yesterday against Man United. He looked poor, says David. Sander played. Yeah, okay. Cheers, right. Yeah. If it was Peck who went to right back and Brewster went into midfield. I know that happened. But before Peck went to right back, when Gilchrist originally went off, I'm sure somebody else dropped in, but I might be wrong. Connor's going off on one, says Matt. Lewis Hall says Jamie Dumpling is a better left-back option. Peck went right back. Bulgarian Blade. Evening, Claire. Great to see you all in Triple Point at the weekend. Just packing to go home, but listening to you in the background. See you next time. We'll keep pushing the channel in Bulgaria, up the Blades, up the ramp. Thank you, Claire. Really appreciate it. Safe trip home and great to see you again.
No, got tripped over the top. I don't think it was Byram who were on their right back, and it went into the box. He chested it, and I don't know if it was Connor.
Yeah, got shouldered out of the way.
Yeah, that was it. Just shoulder barged him. That's it.
Oh, what's Sheffield United doing when games on? Just don't mind me and Jord Motson as we go to check our.
Yeah, it's signed.
Oh, yeah, just a little teaser at minute.
Is that
a little teaser video?
What's that? What's he play for? Is it Morocco?
I don't know, to be honest. He was born in Leicester.
But it looks like a Bangladesh flag, actually, or Morocco. I can't work it out which one it is.
Well, Choudhury's been announced. Club's just announced Choudhury. Yes, he's just messaged me about that. Tried to persuade him to become top man. Top man. Yeah, we're good to meet him. It was nice. It's amazing who you meet walking around Wakey Dunelm. Choudhury has been announced, says Harry. Yes, it's been announced. Choudhury's a blade. Sousa went right back at one point. Were it Sousa? Might have been. It's Bangladesh. There you go. Good shout, that, Jord. Good shout, because I want to know. It's Bangladeshi, Jord, says Bri. Interesting. So time check for everybody. I'm on 40 minutes and 15, 16, 17. I think Jord's probably a second or two in front.
I'm 1 second, yeah.
Fair dues.
It probably could. That chance I said where it looked like it might have been a penalty.
Handball.
But I think that'd have been gamble anyway.
Handball, that.
Yeah.
It makes out like he chests it, but he's moved it.
It's on his bicep. It's like his, what do you call it, line, weren't it? His shirt line. Trafford with a free kick in his own half. Plays long ball up. Ampadu wins the header. It's like head tennis. Burnley control it, and Fleming has a shot. It's off volley, and it goes about 50 yards over the bar. What do you think, Choudhury, then, Jim?
Like him, mate. Like him. It's a little bit like the Brereton Diaz signing, in so much as it's been rumoured for so long that I think the fan base have become a little bit not bored by it, but just when's it going to happen? You know, there might be better options out there, but when you strip it back and you look at him as a player for us, he's absolutely everything we need in that middle. He's experienced, ball winner, aggressive, loves a tackle, technically very good. He's a little bit like Vinny Sousa. He's not quite as cultured as Vinny Sousa has shown this season, but I really like him as a signing. So if Vinny does go in the summer, we've got an option to get Choudhury permanently. If we go up, I think we'll make it permanent anyway. I think it's just really smart business. Experience, I think he's 27. Yeah, I like him a lot.
He's not old, is he, either? And he's experienced at championship level now, which we said at start window, we want quality and experience.
That's right.
And we're getting that with him. So it's going to be mad because obviously Friday night we had Peck and Burrows starting in midfield. I fully expect it to be Choudhury and Sousa. So whereas it looked like we got bullied in centre mid on Friday night.
And that won't happen now, will it?
We're not going to get bullied with Choudhury and Sousa in midfield. So it's
great, that. It's great. Just what we need.
Difference. I thought it'd be a big difference straight away.
Completely agree. I'll tell you what, it's not a great game, this, to be honest.
No.
Don't get me wrong, I'm loving the scoreline. Wish someone would tell us who he plays for internationally. Oh, unbelievable. Cowboy Paul, just... You are the Victor Meldrew of the chat. Do you know that? That's who he is. BD, Bangladesh. God, this is boring. Jimmy, hope you're well, says, right. I'm all right, thank you, pal. Hope you're all right too. Thanks for joining us. I know you're probably jumping in and out of different streams tonight because I expect some of your boys will be on, won't they? Wonder if there's any commercial impact of having a Bangladeshi in the squad. It's a big nation and could be getting ourselves some Asian blades. Maybe so, Josh. Maybe so. I like to say he's born in Leicester, but again, he obviously represents them internationally. One part of my pre-match prediction come true. Just need the red cards now. Yes, Ian said, will he be signed during the watch-along? And he has. New Twitter name, Bangladeshi Blade. Nice one. Nice one. We'll have a bit of that. Evening, Jimmy. How are you? I'm good, thank you, George. How are you, my friend? Choudhury signing lifted the spirits after Friday night. Yes. Yes, it has for me. Just a commanding centre half now, and I think we'll have a good second half to the season. I think we'll get John Joe Kenny as well, if I'm honest. He worked with Wilder at Watford. No, yes, he did. Yes, he did. Good shot.
They had a call out, didn't they?
What, Choudhury and Wilder?
Suppose that we read like again, reading it, it's only a rumour, I'm guessing. Supposedly they had a bit of a fallout while they were at Watford. Don't know how much of it's true. This is only what I've read. But yeah. I think they patched it all up and everything's good to go, and that's why I wanted to sign him again.
Okay.
Nearly at half time, 44 minutes, 35, 36, 37. What we reckon? I missed first 20 minutes, so I can't see there being much injury time here. Probably 1 or 2 minutes.
No, yeah. 2 minutes tops, I think.
Yeah. What were your prediction before, Jim, score-wise?
I didn't give one really, but we were sort of... I think there's an argument to say we can put a positive spin on any result tonight. Yeah. Because Leeds win, they go 4 points clear of us, but it keeps Burnley 2 points below us. A draw, obviously, takes Leeds to 60 points. We're on 58. Burnley can't catch us in second, so that's the ideal. But even if Burnley win, they go to 59. That's good defending from Burnley. It's he clears it off a Leeds man, and it looks like it should be a Leeds throw, but he's stepping back as if it's going to be a... it should be a Burnley throw, but it looks stepping back like it's going to be a Leeds throw. We'll see what happens there, but yeah, I can't remember what I was saying then, Joe. To be honest,
points-wise, what Burnley were on.
I didn't know that had a fallout at Watford, Choudhury and Wilder.
Like I say, I don't know how much is true because you read that much on internet these days.
Okay,
people just put stories out, don't they, for likes and clicks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I read that it could be absolutely nothing half time. But if it is true, whether they might have had a fallout and they sorted it out, patched it.
Well, they patched it up, haven't they? Because he's come in and I'm sure he'll do a job for us.
Exactly.
So, Jamie says, got a mate who was a Leicester fan and adores him, plus Choudhury's played under Wilder before. Martin says, I'm a minute in front, lads. I won't spoil it. How are you a minute in front?
I don't get that because I've literally got it on Sky Sports football.
Same. Legit stream.
And I don't get how it can. This is Sky Sports providing it.
Only thing, Jord, could be is there might be a delay in the stream getting to people.
Of course, yeah.
Only thing. Sousa, Choudhury with Hamer in front, spreading passes all over to Cannon Campbell up top. Take your pick on the wings, says Dublin Blade, who sounds the most Yorkshire I've ever heard of Dublin in all my life. I come in peace, though, says Right. Absolutely, mate. I know you do. Hamza's just dropped, says Craig. Oh, hope you're well, Craig. Matt says, someone who I know saying John Joe Kenny is done, coming tomorrow for his medical. No idea if it's true because he does talk crap a lot of the time. I'm fully expecting that to go through. Official now, Jamie.
Daniel was saying they're playing hard ball, aren't they? United's game a deadline of Wednesday. Otherwise, they're moving on to other targets. So, yes, but I like that. I like that. It's game a deadline. If they're not willing to play ball, we'll move on. And then he'll probably leave them in summer anyway. I'm guessing he's wanting to come back to England.
Yeah, you'd have thought so. Right, okay. So, Sheffield United have completed their third signing of the January transfer window. Hang on, let me knock this off. Third signing of the January transfer window, signing Leicester City midfielder Hamza Choudhury on loan for the remainder of the season. United have the option to make the move permanent in the summer. Chris Wilder on Hamza Choudhury said he has had success in this division in an area of the pitch where we are understaffed. Hamza will give us physicality, presence and energy. He's been our main target for this position. He's a winner. He's had success at Leicester, been in and around their first team for a number of years, and we're delighted that we can attract him to bring experience and quality to our group. Love that. Love that from the main man. And there's a video. I'm going to see if if there's any way I can share the video. Share screen. This is a bit daunting. Let's see if I can see if this works. Oh, it don't because of my banner. Let me give the thing off. There we go. Hamza's here. Not bad. Stop sharing the screen.
I'll be interested to. Obviously, I know they tell them what to say, and how to get fans geared up. But I'll still be interested to see his interview, Choudhury, seeing what he says at club and stuff like that.
I know that I must say, Jord, you hit nail on the head for me there. It does appear very samey for me, all those interviews.
It does.
I end up looking forward to it, and I'm like, I don't know why I look forward to this, because it's great to be I can't wait to play in front of the crowd at Ramble. And look, I don't expect them or want them to say anything different, but it's just quite formulaic, I think, isn't it? As soon as I heard of the interest, this was the only place I wanted to be. Can't wait to work under the manager. The fans are brilliant. It's just pandering into it. But
same with BBD. That you could have played bingo with how many times he said Sheffield United, because he kept saying it over and over and over again. I thought he's definitely been told to say it. Obviously, he knows from before as well, but it were unreal.
Not surprised at the score. Burnley play the same home and away. 1-9-1 shot football. Connor isn't happy, says Helen. Wondering how he can fill the next hour. It'll be the YouTube stream that's behind, not Sky that's ahead. I agree with that. Should we give Connor a call? See what he has to say.
Let's do it.
Through some comments and I'll give him a ring. Wilder's falling out with people all the time and gets back on with them again. Look at Duffy, says Jamie. Yes, true. Sleep. He's not enjoying himself. He's got to be the stream, Jimmy. I'm 57 seconds in front. Minute in front, it'll be a YouTube delay. Yes, I agree. If it was a proper falling out, I doubt he'd sign him. Can't be Lundstrom level fallout, says Ben. This game is very poor, says Mr. Mountain. I'm the Mountie. If this was United, we'd be spitting. What a signing, Blades. I'm buzzing. Awful game, by the way. It's the worst game ever. Are you doing a separate live chat about Hamza, pal? We'll probably jump on tomorrow, Danny, and do a Hamza chat, because it's going to be late by the time we finish watch along. But yeah, we will jump on and talk about it, definitely. What's the permanent fee, says Jamie? Don't know at the minute. Don't know. Thanks, Jimmy. Carrier Pigeon must be late out here. Looks well in red and white. He called us massive. Did he? There you go. You see. I slip up with that, though, a lot. I use the word massive a lot.
It's mighty.
Massive club. Great fans. I know it's mighty.
I don't like massive, because
I know, but it's
six lots, don't they?
Yeah, I know. Massive club, great fans. Wilder spoke to me and I was sold, says Joe. Exactly right. Yeah, it's the usual. It's BRBS, says Luke. Should have got Whittaker instead of Cannon, says Michael. Whittaker's not done all. He had a purple patch for Plymouth. And he may well turn out to be a good player. And it's a good price they've got him for. 5.5 mil, what the Blades.
That's another team. That's another team that Middlesbrough have done to Plymouth what we did to him with Cooper. They've hung back and waited and then got him at a lower price. Plymouth seem to be a team that allow that to happen, don't they? So
glad that Hamza's finally signed. Now it's a centre back. Absolutely. Hope they do a behind the scenes of these signings. I love those behind the scenes videos, Jay. Yeah, where they're going for and they're talking about putting shirt on and all this sort of stuff and walking in and signing with their agent and stuff. I love all those. Get Connor on, says Ian. I'll give him a ring in a minute when I catch up with comments. Can't believe he called us massive, says Beast Boy. The Blades recruitment under Wilder this season has been class. Up the Clarets, up the Ramble. Top man Kelv, up you well, mate. Told you before, Jim, originally from Attercliffe like your dad, then moved to... Yeah, you have, I know, I remember. Where you could see beautiful downtown Bramall Lane from the living room window. Lived in Dublin since the mid-80s. Wow. Top signing that. Midfield's like a brick wall now with Sousa. As Wilder fell out with someone, I've only just joined the stream. Jord has read somewhere, we're not sure of its validity, that him and Choudhury had a bit of a falling out at Watford. Hamza, so happy. S6 Minnows. Stumbling Blade. Just watched the interview and standard procedure, says Jamie. Cannon was really a ghost on Friday. He's got to kick on before the fans lose faith in it. Not after one game, Beast Boy. Look, if you are backing Rhian Brewster 4.5 years in, then you can give Cannon more than one game. Thanks very much.
I don't even. He didn't even get any service.
No, he didn't. He got nothing. It's right boost after Friday's disappointment. Quality player. Good time to ring Connor now. He's offline for a bit, says Matthew. Big mistake. We'll win this game for whichever team. Paul said,
yeah,
it will, yeah. Get Connor the eyebrows on. Wonder why they stopped doing kit reveal behind the scenes. I don't know, but let's make a call. And listen, last time his language was a little bit colourful, so I'll warn you now. We don't like swearing on this channel, but I can't necessarily say that's not going to happen. Let's just see what he's got to say.
If we hear it, I'll have to start making a beep noise as if we blanked out ourselves.
Call in. It says call in. Hiya, mate.
How's it going?
All right, thanks. How are you? You're live on the Ramble. Please do not swear. Can you hear me? You what? Can you hear me, mate? Or are you pretending you can't? Can you hear me? What do you mean am I winding you up?
You just said, can you hear me? I can hear you. I just said to you.
All right, I can hear you now. I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before. I was just saying, please don't swear. You're live on the Ramble.
Yeah, no, mate, just how bad is that?
Really bad, mate. Really bad. You're depending on Bogle for everything, aren't you? By the looks of it.
He's got. He needs to explain. Do it. Monzo and Joseph need to come on, but just this, both sides just look poor.
I know, mate. This league is here for taking for somebody in it, and nobody's grabbing it at the minute. Nobody is grabbing it at all.
No, you're right. I mean, they're just. They did the same against Sunderland, though. They just kill the game. They just kill it. Like the wing backs go into full backs. They have like a back six, back seven. Fair play, it works for them, but I mean, we've not been good enough anyway. Line breaking at all. But I mean, I'm speaking to Liam and Liam Vizza. You know.
Yeah. So I saw you, mate. I watched your stream.
He just said to me, "They do this every week. That's why 0-0s and 1-0s." He just said it's awful.
Yeah, he said he didn't enjoy it, didn't he? He didn't enjoy watching his own team when the third in league. It's weird to think in it, but you wouldn't enjoy it, would you? Just killing a game like that every week. So I get it. I do get that.
I mean, I think Brownhill and Fleming are a fun too. It looked trying to do. He just lumped those two sort of get one, and that seems to be see where they're struggling to break through. I don't know the way, but he's got to just something like that. So I think he should 0-0 this.
Yeah, it's got 0-0 written all over it, hasn't it? I thought I'd check in with you anyway, pal, because I was getting a few comments that people who were jumping over to your stream were saying you were a little bit upset. So I just wanted to make sure you were all right.
Well, cheers for checking in, mate.
Anytime, pal. Anytime. All right, buddy. I'll speak to you soon.
All right, mate,
See you in a bit. Tell mate, bye. Top man, Connor. Top man. That's the thing, you see. I'm sure. I think, in fact, yeah, I've talked about it, haven't I, already? He clipped me up the other day after we got done by Hull. And fair play, because I absolutely should have been clipped up because I was confident and I wasn't overconfident going into Hull, but I did laugh at them when they.
I think if you've got to be able to take it, haven't you?
Absolutely right. And he knows the score, and he knew, obviously, we were on Ramble then, and he weren't going to just like wall up and not say anything. It's fair, isn't it? I love that we've sort of established that relationship between two channels now, where we can just we can laugh when we're in front, and we can laugh at ourselves when we're behind. So
this is a bit of joy as well, doesn't it, through the season, and for them when we lose and mess up like we did on Friday, when they mess up, it gives us a bit of joy, gives them a bit of joy. So it works both ways. It's a bit of fun. You've got to have a bit of banter these days.
Right. Behind the scenes was Peak Cinema, says Beast Boy. So far, so good, says Fran. It looks like a 0-0. It does, doesn't it? Who's your top 3 targets for centre half, Jord? You don't have to give me 3, just give me 1.
I'm going to go with Mr. Mountain for this division. Michael Keane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd like. I'm not sure. I won't mind him if we went to Premiership, but I'd probably still want to look for a bit better. But that just depends on what budget we've got. But I think for Championship, I think he'd do a good job.
He's significantly older and a lot more experienced than what we've got in it.
Yeah, and look at Suter. He were a massive rock, weren't he? And he probably made L look better than what he is as well. He helped him out. We're organising him, weren't he? And I think that's what Keane would do. I think Keane would organise him. He'd be talking to him constantly. I'm not sure Robbo does that.
No, I agree.
And that's why them two don't work together. I don't see him as a very vocal captain.
No, he's not.
To be quite honest. So, yeah, Michael Keane for me, I think.
Good shout. Good shout. Obviously, the two names doing the rounds are Jimmy Dunn, who I really like. I think he's probably going to be the best value signing because he's out of contract to end at season. So I would fully expect us to get him for a good price. 27-year-old, has played at the level for a while. Been playing right back for QPR, but he's traditionally a centre half. I also like Luke Woofenden, but I don't think that's achievable, if I'm honest. So I know he's been in and around the Ipswich squad. He were out of the squad last time, but he has been in and around. So I don't think he's realistic. Cole says, good signing, but it's not enough. We need two centre-backs, Kenny and Doyle. And then so Cole, that is greedy. All signings need time. Think Suits should be brought back next season. I agree. Big player, literally, and player that we love. Yeah, agreed. Choudhury played for England under 21s, then swapped to Bangladesh, says Brian. Good knowledge. I don't think there was time Cannon touched the ball, and I was disappointed. Looked solid, just didn't get a chance, says Ben. Yeah, that's fair. And he worked hard. He ran the channels.
He did.
Busy. It's a hard job as a lone striker.
I mean, how many days has he had with squad as well? What they had? 2 days? 1 day?
Not even that. I don't think he'd trained. I'm just laughing at Jake's comment. Painful watching these old and used technology. It was, to be fair. It was like, what do I press? How do I? Yeah, soz.
Well, we all know that BLADESRAMBLE or behind the Ramble, it's ever so professional. You know?
Oh, absolutely. We all know that. We all know that, mate. I think having Hamza and Sousa will mean we can play 4-2-4 with fullbacks having license to go forward and lots of attacking players on the field at once, says Josh. Brewster paying Beast Boy, definitely. I agree with that. You started off holding the mic end of your phone to the mic, not the speaker. Ian, you make out like I know what I'm doing. I don't. I don't. Rice says we both just need to pull away, Jimmy, and leave Burnley and Sunderland behind. The idea of it being a 4-horse race is horrible. I know. Connor's nicked my old Wi-Fi. Yeah, absolutely right. He has. Second half.
Yeah.
Oh,
Leeds at most 32, and then even worse, Piglets are in second on 29 second half goals scored.
When the Shadow video came out, was fully expecting a wind up and the club to continue come out and say McCallum has gone back to his afro. On that note, McCallum was our best player in the first half against Hull up the Blade, says Cole. He did play well, to be honest.
Yeah, he did.
The Choudhury, not the Shadow announcement. Yes, that's obviously a typo. Burnley even bore their own fans to death. They bring teams down to their level.
Scott Parker football for you.
Or Courtney Hawes, says Scott. Sorry, pal, what did you say?
Said Scott Parker football for you, that.
No, I know. It's killing me.
There were talkers, I said it on stream before, I know there were talkers potentially wanting him when I know Americans were first interested. So, God, could you imagine that?
No, thank you.
It would be a meltdown.
As a fan base, says Ben, can we make a conscious effort to spell Choudhury's name right? We can try, mate, but it's not going to be easy, is it? Dublin Blade says, when we had the cave troll at the back, at least we scored. Defended. Burnley are just anti-football. The cave troll. Harsh. Parker's $4,000 coat looking good, though. Better than the game. Yeah, that's true. We're about to kick off again. David says, love the banter with Connor. I never really liked him. Thought he was a typical Leeds fan, but now my attitude towards him has changed. Top man, funny as, but still Leeds. I'd love Jimmy Dunn, says Kyle, was all over us in that draw. I thought the same. Suter is a huge miss. What a player. Want to sign him in the summer, says Paul. Get that lad from Huddersfield. Elic Jim seems to have a future in the game. Don't get me started. Dublin Blade. He's, for those that don't know, he's gone to Oxford and doing really well. Ab says that result against Hull was on Wilder. He cocked up the 11 at Swansea and Hull. He has a few times this season. Stevie Cooper is sat at home playing devil's advocate. I hope you are playing devil's advocate, Ab. I hope you are. Jaden Bogle down, injured. Roy's view is quite damning on Hamza, says Up the Blades. Racist tweets, drink driving, COVID parties in a League One football. All right, okay. Let's hope we don't experience any of that. According to Choudhury, he's looking forward to playing for Wilder again, so can't see there's been a big fallout, says Dino. When was the last time Courtney Hawes played football? Not sure, Ben. And Kyle says, under Parker, we'd be singing win, lose, or draw, we'll all go on board. This is just not the United way. So, Burnley in possession. The time I've got on mine is 46 bang on. 01, 02, 03. Here come Burnley. Connor Roberts down the right-hand side, crossed into the box, but cleared by Ampadu, push pineapple, shake the tree.
Either one I didn't really think much of when he were at us, but maybe he's found a bit more a level in Championship, Ampadu.
They really rate him, but as a centre midfielder, obviously he can do a job at centre half.
Yeah.
But it's makeshift this for them. So it is a weakness in Leeds side that obviously Meslier, Trafford with a big clearance downfield.
It's quite, I mean, it's only started early, but from what I've seen, it's quite scrappy and nervy. Neither team are committing.
They don't want to lose, do they? Neither team wants to lose it.
No.
Rather than going for a win. I bet the Burnley Christmas party is fun. Yawn. Jared says, up the Blades, are you sure that Roy's view wasn't about McBurney? Yeah, that's fair. Everything that got mentioned about Choudhury could have been McBurney, couldn't it? And I'm going to say we all loved him. A lot of Blades loved him.
Oh, McBurney?
Yeah. Loved his attitude anyway, rather than he's on the field. I certainly do.
Yeah, it's not a big goal scorer, though, is he?
Not at all. Not
and
at
I think this is what happens, though, when you pay big fees for players. Everyone expects them to be scoring 20 goals a season or whatever because you paid 20.
That 23 million's hung round Brewster's neck, hasn't it?
Yeah, I get it.
Every time.
I do get it, but sometimes it just don't work out, and you know their record speaks for itself, doesn't it? It's a lot of money to pay for a striker that ain't really repaid you with goals, is it?
That's right.
Everyone sort of remembers McBurney more for heading ball away in box, and if you know, from a defensive corner rather than goals he scored. One of my favourite goals he actually scored, I think, were at Brighton away.
Oh yeah, lovely goal.
That goal. Yeah, I love that one. Burnley now got it back anyway. Knocking it along back four, playing it at centre. It's a bad ball, and Leeds intercept it in centre. Oh, they lose ball again. Burnley come forward, and another loose ball, and it goes out for a Leeds throw-in. Very scrappy.
Not good.
It makes it even harder for us to commentate on because now it's happening.
I know, mate. We've got some comments anyway. We don't seem to buy good drivers, do we, says Kyle? Burnley Christmas party is a snorefest, says David. Absolutely right. Wonder what odds you've got on all of top four dropping points this weekend. Yeah, they've been good odds, that, wouldn't it? Kelvin says Burnley's party was fun after the Bramall Lane fixture this season. Clinic, up the Clarets, up the Ramble. Top man, Kelp. That's fair. This is awful, says Ian, the gatekeeper. I know, it is. It's a snorefest. And I didn't obviously, Burnley are notorious for killing games, and it's worked for them. So it's not really a criticism. It's just a bit of a shame to some degree. But if anybody were going to change that, I'd have thought it'd be Leeds. And at least made it a little bit exciting.
They're not even doing out this ends, are they? Like, I mean, look at this. Trafford's got it in his box now. There's not a massive amount of pressure on him. There is. Well, Aronson's just started to pressure Trafford, but
there were no press, were there, at all?
They're like, even though they were a little pressed, they were about 5 yards still off the player.
Yeah.
Ball's been played in behind now from Burnley, but it's intercepted from Leeds, and a free kick on Leeds' box. Rodon got shot. Yeah. It's good defending from Rodon. He just gets in front of Forster, doesn't he? And
yeah, it's just clever putting your body between.
When he goes down, gets a free kick.
Leeds have to go for it, says Joe. A win is worth taking the risk of losing. A draw does nothing for Leeds. Absolutely right. If you're Leeds, a draw is not the end of the... a loss is not the end of the world. They're still top. They're still top with a loss. But a win could be so rewarding for them.
Yeah.
Boring, but the pitch looks nice, says Matt. It does. It does, you're right. It looks like a carpet.
I mean, that really does say how this game's gone if we're talking about what pitch looks like.
I know. Colson, I think we need a centre-back like Suits to keep an L under range sometimes, because when he doesn't trust someone, he tries doing it all and leaves us open and blowing out of his bottom. Yeah, agreed. Thanks to the 75-mile-per-hour winds and torrential rain, my sky keeps freezing, says David. Oh, that's no good. You're down in Cornwall, aren't you? I think. So.
See, even when they're getting ball here, so Burnley have just gone forward, it coming to centre mid, I think it was Laurent, and he turned back. Instead of being positive, he's turned back and played it back to centre half of a halfway line. It's just negative.
Do you know what, though? It gives you confidence, doesn't it, being a Blade or a Sunderland fan watching this?
Yeah, definitely.
Neither of these are going to... certainly unbeatable, but...
This, like you said to Connor, there's no team like grabbing it and taking a chance. It couldn't, to be honest, these two playing each other couldn't have felt a better time for us after loss on Friday.
Yeah, agreed. Because
if they do draw, it's perfect for us.
Huge chance missed in it for them.
Yeah, definitely.
For Leeds. It's a free kick to Leeds. Not missing much, David, says Nige. How do you think Hamza and Vinny partnership works, says Up the Blades? Can't help but feel we still lack the passing quality and creativity of Blaster. Blaster's a huge miss for us. But I might have some news on Blaster, actually, coming up soon. But I do think two ball winners playing as sixers and giving it to Hamer and Brereton Diaz. Oh, well done. Leeds nearly crept in there.
Played it through back then, didn't they? Just a whipped ball. Right behind back four, and looked like they were going to be in Leeds then, but it was cleared.
A centre back in, and this team's starting to look very strong with a bit of depth. I didn't think I'd say that this season, says Joe. Meaning the Blades, obviously. Yes, Jimmy Sunny Cornwall, says David. Doesn't sound very sunny at the minute, pal. McBurney's goals in his first season probably paid his fee. After that, I'll leave Andy the Blade. Yeah. Get Willie on, says Toddy. Cheeky. Courtney Hawes hasn't played a first-team game since September 22 for Watford. He last played for the Villa a few months before that. It was no more than a backup for us, but he was decent enough. That's a long time to go out playing, isn't it? Yeah, 2 years.
When we need someone who's ready to come in and go, we can't be taking a risk on that at centre half. No chance.
This weekend could be all top four drop points, says Jamie Dumpling. Makes the loss so much better timing. It does. You've got to think we've got Burnley away, which isn't as bad as you think. They're much better away, and Leeds at home, which has to give you confidence, says Joe. Yeah, no more Sunderland. Agreed. Yeah,
we've got Middlesbrough at home, haven't we? A couple of weeks, is it? So there's not. But we're going to say there's not that what you class as tough games, but then I would have thought all of the coming it'd have been a tough game. So every game's a tough game in this division.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, and it's anyway, it's still very boring. Burnley have got it in their defensive half, just knocking it backwards, sideways, and it's now back to Trafford. Gets it on his 6-yard box, plays it out to the left back. Lost a long ball up top over the halfway line for Fleming. He's battling with, I don't know where it was, but if it was Ampadu, weren't it? That?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Leeds with ball. Bogle brings it down this right-hand side. Into Aronson, back to Rodon. Into Ampadu. It's just backwards, sideways. There's no real positivity here.
Poor, isn't it?
Very slow as well. There's no movement as well. So Leeds it's gone back to melee here, but that's because Leeds midfielders, there's just no movement. They're all stood still waiting for the ball to come to them instead of making a move and dragging one at Burnley midfielders in to create some spacing behind. It's very, very poor.
Jamie says, any updates on collabs with the club, pal? The teaser with the percentages. Patience, little one. Patient, big one, to be fair. Yeah, there'll be news coming on that soon, hopefully. Very soon. Does having two destroyers just mean the burden falls heavier on Hamer, says Up the Blades? Far too reliant on his spark for me. No, because we've got Callum O'Hare, we've got other Brereton Diaz now, we've got other creative players. I don't think creativity is the problem. I think it's control of the ball that's the problem. Didn't Suter not play for nearly 2 years also? No, he's played between times. Burnley definitely are so hard to break down, solid but so boring to watch. I'm chuffed with Choudhury, says Adam. Really does free Gus up to push on in the right areas. I agree with that.
What do you think? How do you think that's going to work now? Because obviously if Choudhury and Sousa start, then is Diaz going to be starting left wing? Then if Saki gets fit, is he starting right wing? So what's happening with I don't mind Callum O'Hare. I think I thought he started off slow, but I think he's picked up more.
I agree with that. I think.
Do you drop him for O'Hare and do you drop him for Gus, or do you keep him? So then where does Gus fit in? No, you're not going to not play Gus
every game. Gus starts every game that he's fit and available. So I think it's between Choudhury and Raksaki to drop out personally.
Yeah,
and it'll be Hamer either goes alongside Souza or he goes on right wing, and it'll be O'Hare and Brereton Diaz and Souza as the guarantees, and Hamer will fit in somewhere.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm thinking at the moment. But
he's very surprised if he got dropped. Everyone would.
But then you can bringing on Sidney Peck, bringing on Tom Davis, bringing on Andre Brooks, these players that we've been relying on to start minutes. Yeah,
Solomon plays it cross into box, Pro, it's headed away. Bogle shoots. I don't know if Trafford gets a glove to that or not. He's offside anyway.
Going from Company to Parker must be like going from speed or cocaine to weed, says Jamie. What a terrible comparison on a family-friendly stream. Can't think of two polar opposite manager switches. Thanks for that, Jamie. Much appreciated. Jord, ever thought about trying to commentate for Sky, says Joe?
No. They couldn't pay me enough.
That's true.
I'm joking. No, I've never even thought of taking that up. I've never done out in commentary. This is... I'm blagging it.
You're doing a great job, pal. It's like going from Jimmy's new internet to his old one. I like that. For me, Souza and Hamer, then Brereton Diaz, Callum O'Hare, and Raksaki with Cannon up top. So you're dropping Choudhury and having Choudhury as the backup. Okay. Something in the back of the mind says Choudhury and Souza could be Norwood and Souza 2.0. Well, that's not good. Norwood and Souza did not play well together. Choudhury could go right back and let Gilchrist go centre back. Oh, Choudhury could go right back, actually. Campbell needs to get a start.
Bringing in John Joe Kenny, I'd more think that he's going to be the right back choice, isn't he?
He will be. 4 from 6 in the forward line, with Campbell included as well, says Josh. Yeah, that's true. Great problems to have for once, because we haven't had those issues. Oh, silly! That's a booking.
And players start running. Here we go. Players start running in. It weren't as bad as that. All it were is it was their number 6. Burnley's that Esteve, or is it? That?
Yeah,
no, he's number 5 in fact.
Egan Riley's number 6.
Egan Riley, that's it. Sorry, so he's running through in centre. Starts to get. He actually worked quicker than Dan James, which is surprising. And then he looks like we're about to play the ball potentially out wide and set Burnley off on attack, and Dan James brings him down. Cynical foul, yellow card.
It's a professional foul, isn't it? And Burnley have reacted by rushing around him because they were peeved because they were away.
Yeah.
And he's taking a yellow for his team, and you see it all the time, to be honest.
He did a Gus Hamer, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's what Gus does.
Yeah, that's a classic Gus Hamer move. It's like going from Suits to Charlie Good. Yeah, it is. Don't take drugs, kids. Redeemed, sort of, Jamie. Come on. Think he played Souza and Choudhury as a 2 sitting with BBD off the left and O'Hare and Hamer interchanging in the middle and off the right. That I love the thought of that, Joe. Love the thought. And then because it's a position for fresh legs, you can bring Raksaki on, can't you? On the wing.
Even Andre Brooks can come off at bench. You've seen what he can do sometimes when he comes off at bench. It's a hit and miss, but when he's on it and he's very direct and starts taking players on, it makes a difference. Same as Sariki when it changes with Gilchrist. How direct Sariki is, he gets in behind, doesn't he, and just knocks the ball past defender and runs.
Yeah.
It just offers that different dynamic.
That's right. 60 minutes and 39, 40, 41 for me now.
2 seconds, I think, in that.
Charlie Good, were a blast from the past, says a 17. What Burnley do is bore you to death. And
ball's played up at top. Solomon's into box. Egan Riley actually gets back and cuts it off very well. If he were quicker there, he had a great chance of been in
really good defending. He were away then as well, weren't he?
It was just, I think, Melier played a long ball up top. And Burnley had an high line, and they missed it. They just let ball bounce, which then Solomon got in behind, but they recovered well.
What Burnley do is they bore you to death and catch you out when you're asleep and win 1-0. People are moaning about Hamza already before a ball's been kicked. Unbelievable. He'll be a great signing for us. Oh, I thought that would bounce him through.
I'm just going to say that's just typical Blades way, isn't it? That sign someone and before you even kick the ball, people are worrying about what they're going to do or how good they are or how poor they are. See him in shirt first, give him a few games and then make a decision on him.
People obviously haven't seen Choudhury play. At least he can run, while Ollie couldn't run a bath in the end. It was a shame, weren't it? I think we held on to some of those players too long, unfortunately. Give us a rendition of the Greasy Chip Butty, Jimmy, to liven things up. I've had a bad throat, to be honest. I won't want to lay that on you, I'm afraid. I was thinking more David Edgar, says Jake. Nice. It's like going from a prime John Fleck to Dean Hammond. Speaking of pace, Jord used to be rapid, says Adam. Do you know Adam?
I went to school with Adam.
All right. You used to be rapid, did you, Jord?
Well, I like to say we're quick. But I literally, from what Solomon did then, were literally what our school team used to do. It was ball up at top for me to run onto, and that were it.
Well said, Jord. I've just said we need to give the new lads time. Seen people slagging Cannon too. I know it's crazy, isn't it? Seen Danny Hall's post about Kenny's deadline for Wednesday. Do you know the other right-backs on the list if it's not Kenny? I'm not sure there will be any other right-backs on the list, if I'm honest. Because we don't need one, do we? I don't think we need one. Now we've got Hamza as well. So when Shackleton's fit, and you can argue about the quality, we've got Hamza Choudhury who can play there. We've got Alfie Gilchrist who has been playing there. We've got Sariki who's a beast going forward. And we've got Jamie Shackleton. So there's enough depth there. But we're looking at bringing an opportunistic signing here in John Joe Kenny. What were you saying, mate?
It's keeping him fit, though, because Sariki comes back, he plays 20 minutes, and then he's missed a game, and then he played another time, and then he's missing for 4 games or what have you. It's keeping him fit. So Shackleton, well, I'd be surprised if we see him again this season.
Me too.
So then you're relying on Sariki then to cover Gilchrist, and he's not. We're not being able to rely on him either to stay fit. So then you've only got Gilchrist, and then it's taking Choudhury out as centre mid as well to put him then at right back. So I do actually think, looking at it now, I'll be very happy if we do get a right back, because Alfie Gilchrist, over the last couple of games, I think he's been poor.
Yeah, he has, mate. Yeah.
So I won't mind. I think, for me, to be honest, I think he's a centre back. Well, he's a centre back.
Yeah.
He's come in, and because we didn't have a right back, we've put him at right back. I'd be happy if John Joe Kenny came in and started at right back, and then Gilchrist. Let's say we didn't get a centre back on the line, I'd be happy for Gilchrist to fit in there.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, maybe so. I think we will get a centre back in though. Jord, is there something in this? Because Joe's mentioned it before you came on, I think. Jord, thoughts on One being sold for a similar price to Gyökeres? What's the deal with that comment?
I don't really know, but with Gyökeres, did he get sold for? If he's saying 20 million for One,
yeah,
is that what Gyökeres got sold for? From?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably about 15-20 mil.
I didn't know whether it was a private joke between you two, because he said something like asked Jord about a Jokres price before.
No, I think he's just saying it's quite laughable, isn't it, that we can say 20 million for One, really.
Didn't know whether you'd been on about it in Plat chat or something, but
no. Oh, Anthony played a ball across, so they got it in Leeds' box. I think he's offside anyway, but he's got ball on back byline, and he's driven it all the way across box. No one was there. He's not even offside either.
No, he's not. He's on.
That was just as bad as Ryan Brewster the other day. And
another poor decision. Cole says, felt like the fan base was very toxic against Hulk. Against Hull. It's one thing turning around to a mate and going, that was crap, but it's another booing Wilder and the players, not after what we've had so far. Completely ridiculous if anybody's booing that team after what we've seen this season, what we've had to put up with. It were a poor performance, but nah, I'm not a booer of my own team.
I think it's going to be. It's good that we've got a week's rest as well now, because there's players that are running on empties, like absolute empties, especially like Peck. 90 minutes, 3 games in a week, he's playing every single minute. He were running on empties, so it'll be. I think it's good that we've now got a week's rest, get some players in, get them in early, and I think I'm positive we'll have a good bounce back against Derby on Saturday.
Max, has anything said on Femi? No, nothing really. Glad to see Hamza has signed, so that's huge. Just need defenders now, says Danny. Completely agree. Jaden Bogle's going balmy because he thinks he should have had a free kick, but dry your eyes, mate. Up the blade, says Jamie. Ben says, has Wilder not pushed Shackleton out due to the DUI incident? No, Wilder's saying he's injured. He's got something wrong with sole of his foot or something like that. It's a nagging injury that he can't get rid of. Is he actually injured, or is it all related to the driving issue? Says S17. He's injured. That's what Wilder's saying, so I'm taking it as that. Burnley completely stifling us here, says Connor. They're a minging football team. Just hope Melier doesn't throw the ball in the back of the net soon, and we'll take a point. Could happen, couldn't it, Connor? That's the only thing. Again, why are Leeds not in for a goalkeeper? Because get a decent keeper in, and surely that just solidifies them. I don't get it. Hoping this ends in a draw, says Jamie. Me too. You don't get Kenny. Who's your other right options for right back? Says Jake. Or where else would you use that fifth signing? Saying we did get a centre back. I would probably go for a right back now, to be honest, just because of Gilchrist's last couple of performances and Femi's unreliability. Although Hamza can play right back, he has been playing there for Leicester when he's played, but I like him in centre midfield, his natural position. I'd have to have a look, to be honest, at right backs, because it's been John Joe Kenny all the way. Hang on.
That's not a foul. Burnley, it's a good save as well. He's give it. So ball was up at top again. I think it bounced. It played up at ball for Jaden Anthony. Road, is it Road? It's Road on. It gets a little hand on his back, and he just falls to ground straight away. Let's have a look. It's showing it replay now. Oh, it is a foul. Both hands on his back.
Yeah, only a little tap.
It's enough, though, isn't it? He's still.
I knew Joe were on about something here. It's wrong, Jord. He's been having a pop with somebody on Twitter. There you go.
Yeah, definitely not me.
Prefers Sousa and Davis when fit, says Liam. Have you seen Hamza Choudhury, Liam? And that's not oh my God, what a ridiculous comment. But because Davis has played well this season, so you can always argue for Tom Davis. I'm not upset with that at all. But I don't think we'd bring Hamza Choudhury in if he wasn't high up the pecking order. He might not be number one, may not be number two, but I'd expect him to partner Vinny Sousa, to be honest. Sariki, how much has this lad improved when he couldn't get time at Toy Town last season, but ran Swansea ragged in the last game? I think he got a kick against Swansea. He's been great, hasn't he? Sariki's looked fantastic. Basically, Jord on Twitter said we should be demanding 20 million for One due to his physical assets. Got you? Right, thank you, Joe. Rai says, checking on my man Connor, please, Jimmy. He's lost the plot. Yeah. I rang him at half-time, pal. I rang him at half-time. He's all right. He's all right.
We've got a Leeds corner, by the way.
What about them? Davis' Prem quality, says Liam. Peck's already played more professional games than Brewster, says Kyle. Has he? Is that right? Peck's played more professional games than Brewster. Oh, my word. What a stat that is. He's playing noughts and crosses, says Chris. Who is Connor?
I'm going to check that stat now.
Game 32, yeah, it's yellow cards, I think. Bogle's on 8. Dan James is on 4 as well. So, right, corner to Leeds then. In. Oh, and it's the near inside netting. Outside netting, should I say. So, Gruev didn't even make it past front post. Rubbish. Yeah, Sariki's got a groin injury, says David. Yeah, it's just been a weird one, hasn't it?
So Sidney Peck has played 35 games.
Yeah.
This is according to Wikipedia. I'm only going off. And Ryan Brewster. Let's have a look.
Loads more.
A lot more. He played 20 games at Swansea. And he's got 93 appearances for us. So there's a big difference.
35 million for Kelleher, says Ben. I know. This is where Leeds some fans think. He's playing mini games on his channel, says Connor. He's Connor. There you go. They've just made a double sub. Matteo Joseph came on for Peru, and I didn't see the other one, to be honest.
No, I missed that one myself.
I wonder if either side's approach would have been different had we won. Maybe so, Luke. Jimmy Duncan play right back too. Feels like last season we left back, says Kyle. He can, but if you're bringing him in as centre back, he's got to get in alongside an Ante for me if Jimmy Dunn comes. Connor's given up on the game. He's playing jumpers for goalposts. We need to go all in a long time.
What a game that is. I'd be doing the same. If I were a Leeds fan, I'd be doing the same right now.
Does anyone know what Tom Davis' injury is? And he had Sariki's torn hamstring. Any truth? But I hope not, Rye. I hope not. We didn't hear about it, did we? So
tight calf.
Yeah, tight calf.
Is what got said. Wilder said in his, I don't know if it were in his press or Bladesman posted it on X. It were a tight calf, well, why he didn't start. And then Davis were, he said
2 or 3 games.
Yeah,
2 or 3 games. Might be back for Derby. So I don't expect him to start against Derby. But so we've got you saying tight calf, which has come from Wilder. Rye saying torn hamstring. And David's heard that it's a groin injury. So we don't know, do we? Is the ultimate answer. I'd go with Wilder, even though he has been known to be a cloak and dagger himself with stuff like that. With signing of Hamza, where does this leave Hamer? Do we drop O'Hare or Raksaki? I would drop Raksaki personally and bring him on, Scott. That would be my shout. Come on, Jord. I've seen you play. Milk turns faster.
Listen, me and Martin had this argument when we went to Sunderland. And I was saying that he's like, he's quite tall, and I was saying, I bet he's like a slug. I bet he's slow. And he went, we're quick in my day. We're quicker than Martin.
I've not met Martin, but he's met Andy the Blade on Benidorm Strip. So
he's a good lad, Martin. Good lad.
Top man. I was taking the mick about Bruce. Oh, Kyle, you made him go looking to see if it were right.
Fell for it, line and sinker.
Think Ramble I'm a ding dong on. We're losing plot here in chat, aren't we? We're losing it. Wonder what Filip Aremovic is up to these days. Was a very decent player for a short period. I agree. I liked him. Did I miss something there, Jord?
Not really much. It's
all right.
It's just another foul. I think it's another foul, and then Burnley making a sub. We're 73 minutes and 30 seconds down, and we've literally hardly commentated about this second half. It's
been terrible, isn't it?
It's awful.
Been terrible. I'm enjoying your company though, pal. It's not like it's not worth doing because I'm enjoying chatting with you about
United. Chatting it. I'm enjoying it.
At least we get to talk about United. So that done looked awful against the Pigs, says Matt.
It did look, to be honest. Obviously, as you know, Mrs. is a pig, and I watched it with her Saturday. It weren't. I just said it were average.
Fair enough.
Average, I think.
Maybe, Joe. Maybe. We'll just leave it at that. I might update things in the plat chat later. But done. Tariq is a tight calf, says Ian. Yeah, that's what Jord was saying. Ty Campbell, back issue, cough. Never trust Wilder when it comes to injury speeches. I agree, right? I agree. 75 minutes in, not a single shot on target, says Luke. It's rubbish, isn't it? These two. Oh, my word. What is everybody scared of? Us included. Look, we were rubbish. We lost 3-0 at home to Hull. So we can't say anything about poor performances.
And just hold on. Dan James has got it down right-hand side, near corner flag. And he's looking to take on defender. He whips it onto his left foot, plays it into back stick, and defender does quite well, actually. Just
really well.
Stands his ground.
It's Ramazani that's on now. So
that's it. I can never pronounce his name, but yeah. Yeah, good defending. I think if there's any team, I mean, I can't really say if there's any team that looks like they're going to score, it's Leeds, because
it is.
They just look they're
to be expected,
more
isn't
attacking than what Burnley are.
Yeah, but that's how they're set up, isn't it? A more attacking team.
Yeah.
Anything after this on Choudhury? No, not directly, Mark, but we'll probably do it tomorrow night if people want to jump on, and we'll have a chat on the Blades Ramble. Even Farker looks bored, says Ian. There's some decent telly on at the minute. If you want to flick to that, would love a Traitors watch along. Traitors has finished, Cole. It's done and dusted.
So Burnley have just got a free kick, and they've tried to play a quick one. I don't know if the referee's going to try and book someone here because he's just stopped it from him taking a quick one, or he's just trying to calm it down because crowd were getting a bit irate about it. Brownhill's gone down.
Brownhill stayed down.
Yeah.
Now, we never want anybody to be hurt in the game. Let's be right.
Do you know what?
Ooh.
It's a tackle that I like, though.
I love it.
Forceful tackle.
I will look and see what the knock was on Brownhill, but it's fair.
No,
it's a fair challenge.
Yeah, Brownhill's falling over. He's lost his footing, so he's falling over. Ampadu comes in, he slides. It's only 1-footed. It's a hard, fair tackle. He wins the ball.
Great tackle.
He catches Brownhill at the same time, doesn't he? So
it's
I don't even think it's
tackle. And Ampadu's asking, "What have I done wrong there?" Because he's gone in hard, like you said, impact. But Brownhill's fallen into him. There's no. I think
it's not a foul, is it?
If Burnley score from here, wow.
It's not. What is it about? What's saying? 35 yards out on Leeds' left-hand side, Burnley's right-hand side. It's a perfect place here for him to whip a ball into the box, and anyone can head it and score.
Brownhill will be all right, but he took a great whack.
And he's got to come off. Does he usually take their free kicks as well?
Yeah, he's coming to the sideline, isn't he?
He's been traded
winded or something because it were a right whack.
It looks like, I don't know if it's Jord and Anthony to whip it in.
Hang on. Chris says, without you two, this game would have been turned off and I would have had to talk to the wife. Thank you, pal. Anything but talk to the wife, Chris says, 17.
Here we go, Anthony. Whips it in, it goes to back stick. Melia come out for it, and he were in absolute no man's land. But it's good defending from Leeds, and it was out for a goal kick.
Max Lowe would have been on Traitors All-Stars, says Kyle. Now, I am calling no on this. Jayden Bogle might have been on Traitors All-Stars. Max Lowe was released by Sheffield United. I understand that he's played for Forest and Derby, and he's played for us and Wendy's. But we released him. If we'd have offered him a contract, he'd have signed and stayed. We didn't want him. And he signed for them. So I can't blame a man for earning a living.
Fault him as well, because he's been living in Sheffield.
Yeah.
So he's not having to move anywhere else.
He's not a traitor, is he?
Don't get me wrong, when it first happened, I thought, oh, typical, isn't it? It's like we just said, he's played for Derby, he's played for Forest, now he's going to play for both Sheffield teams. But when you look at it from a personal point of view to him, he's not had to move.
A young family.
Exactly. So I get it.
Still at championship level, and you don't have to move. I think I don't blame him for that.
To be honest, a lot of Wednesday fans are praising him this season, saying he's one of their best players.
Which shows their level, doesn't it, for me?
And he's not got injured either.
True. I'd like another creative. Cam says, Jake, to give O'Hare more competition. Last year at Cov, he had Casey Palmer to battle with. You can always play Gus Amer in there, to be honest, and he's going to be best player on pitch for me. But so Callum O'Hare's got plenty of competition by default. I have seen Hamza's interview. Jimmy says, Eamon, this match tonight is crap. Two very definite statements there, pal. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Lowe wasn't our player. Good riddance to bad rubbish, says Dublin Blade. I know what you mean. It was free, wasn't it? We released him. Cole says, if Leeds are wanting a goalkeeper, Gerbic is a fab goalkeeper. Don't know why we let him go. But he's tearing it up on loan over Cooper all day. I love him, but 11 million quid, we have to consider and assess. To be honest, all joking aside, he's had a bad injury, apparently, but he was doing all right out on loan, apparently, Gerbic. So I'm sure we'll get our money back on him.
Dave, when he joined him, I can't remember. Is it Rizzaspor or something? Is that They were down near the bottom, I think. And he come in. I think I don't know if he had a bad first game or he conceded.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then after that, he seemed to have settled. And they actually, I don't know if they moved up to like 9th in league. So he must be doing all right. He maybe just needed a bit of confidence in his family's level there. I mean, he's not for me, but if we can get his money back on him, that's another one. Like Slimani. We're like getting his money back or making £1 million. It's mad because you'd never expect to make any money on them players.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah. Crazy. We've got over 1,100 people in here watching with us. So thank you to everybody that's joining us. And if you could all subscribe to Behind the Ramble, it gets us over our target of 1,000 subscribers. It would be very much appreciated.
Get liking and subscribing.
Get liking and subscribing. Thank you, pal. Shame we couldn't recruit Charles to be a traitor, says Up the Blade. Yeah, that would have been a traitor, wouldn't it? That would have been a traitor. Do you honestly think we might sign sign one out of the blue? Excuse me. That no one knew about. I think maybe, Mark. Maybe. I don't expect to, but we could. What do we pay? Oh, excuse me. What do we pay for Ivor Garbage? I can't remember now.
We're at a couple of mil.
This is awful. Yeah, it were 2-3 mil, maybe. I think it might have been 3 mil. Who's worse, Melier or Gerbich? Gerbich is worse.
Yeah.
Gerbich is worse. Same as Cooper, I think. Evening, Jimmy. Good evening, Rick. Hope you're well, pal. This game is Gerbich. Good news is only 10 minutes left. Yeah, we've got 82 minutes and 8, 9, 10 on the clock. Just joined, Jimmy. Any news on John Joe Jenny? No, nothing. Sheila's wheels, nothing. John Joe Kenny, I expect to be the next through the door. 5K on Behind the Ramble by Christmas, says Paul. That's very optimistic. I'll be happy with 1K, to be honest. So
what we on now?
Anybody that can help us out, that would be.
What we on now, Jimmy?
What we on?
How many subscribers you got now?
We're on 736 when we started the stream. I will tell you the official number right now. We're on 760. So we've had a fair few. So there's still plenty of you watching that haven't subscribed. But if you could, that would be very much appreciated. As Chris says, like and subscribe, Blades. And even if you're not Blades, you're more than welcome. Can't believe Burnley have even tested Butterfingers. Haven't even tested Butterfingers. Oh, Bogle nearly danced his way through there.
I thought we were going to get a shot. I got excited. And it's just done exactly the same as that game's gone. And now there's a foul to Burnley in no man's land. And it's...
Absolutely.
I cannot believe how poor this game has been.
Chris Hall, top man. Subscribe to all Jim lad since day one. Love that. Thank you, pal. Yeah, so this is obviously Behind the Ramble. We've been doing rival watch-alongs, but there will be more and a bit more varied content on here as well. I've got a couple of bits that I've got in mind. So yeah, if you wanna know about it, get subscribed. Here come Burnley. Jaden Anthony. Oh, it's fired back. This is rubbish.
That sums this game up. Ball gets played off at top to Anthony out right hand side. Left back follows him out. He tries to play a ball into the box. It hits defender. Comes back off Anthony and trickles out for a goal kick.
Honestly, I'm wondering when my trophy's going to come on. She's 9, and this is the same standard as I watched on Saturday morning. You think there'll be only 2 more signings, maybe more in the pipeline, says Matt. I think we'll get 2 more. But we can always be surprised, Matt. I think the club will have planned for 2 more. Wilder always said 5, but there's always opportunistic things that pop up. So it might be a case of this guy becomes free last minute, weren't expecting it. Do we want him? And it might happen. Hamza looks genuinely happy on his interview, says Rye. He could be a mega signing. Great as always, gents. Jord carries himself really, really well. What am I, chopped liver? Right? No, I'm kidding. He does. Jord is brilliant. Well done, mate. You're an asset to the channel and the watch-alongs. Absolutely right, Jord. I'm absolutely delighted, mate, that you've found.
I love being on and all. It's an absolute pleasure. I enjoy it, and thanks for having me on. I always say it, and I'll continue to say it.
Mate,
it's an absolute pleasure.
It's brilliant. I love that. Obviously, it's not just because you supported the channel from really, really early doors, and do you know what I mean? It's, and you've been umming and ahhing whether I know you've wanted to get on for a while, and it's been I don't know if I can or I don't know if I should, and I remember you saying to me I want to push myself to do more things that I'm not comfortable with, but I've been desperate to do because you'll always look back and think, well, what if I did it? And now you started coming on more, and I absolutely love it. That's exactly what Dave will like. Dave Leary, Dave the Nose, and he's now obviously channel royalty now.
I think sometimes you just have to take yourself out of your comfort zone and push yourself, because when you do, you soon like as soon as I did it the first time, I was like, I want to do it more. That were it. And
no, it's a drug, isn't it? Like a bug for it.
It is addictive. It's very, very addictive. And like I said to you at Triple Point the other day, you don't feel like it's been broadcast to people, it just feels like me and you are on screen here, sat having a chat.
Exactly right.
About what we love, and that's it.
You've got it in your mind that it's going to be really daunting and scary.
Yeah.
And really, when you get on, you're just talking to your mates about football, and you're reading comments from people that are like-minded or even have different opinions to you, but you can then have a chat about openly. I think it's brilliant. Even so much as, like, obviously, Dry Bry comes on 90 after 90 a lot, and he's been a long-time contributor to the channel, both on and off screen like yourself. But he's now got the confidence to go and do his own channel. And start and
play to him, and I hope it works out for him as well.
Yeah, when Saturdays come again, I'll plug it again. Mark, one of our ramblers, has started a Rock Ramble YouTube channel, so paying homage to the Blades Ramble, I believe. But it's going to be talking about music and different stuff that he's interested in. Here we go. Oh, you!
Yeah, the shot and it's blocked.
If anybody's going to make something happen today, it's going to be Jaden Bogle, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. He's looked more dangerous out of anyone, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Just dance. He gets a lucky bounce. He does his usual run that we used to see, where he just sort of dances through him, gets into near enough 6-yard box, and then I think it were Esteve. I think it were him who made a block. Yeah. But yeah, like you're saying, it's brilliant. I never once in my life thought I'd be coming on here and needed this sort of thing in my life, but it's absolutely brilliant, and it's amazing what you've done and community that you've brought together. I absolutely take my hat off to you, and it just sums up the person that you are.
Oh mate, great save. I wasn't ignoring what you said. I really appreciate it.
But fine. I sort of come off it anyway.
It's been a team effort. It's all been organic, hasn't it? It's not like being a conscious effort, or I'm going to try and put a channel together because, it's a nice thing to do and get loads of people to. It's just all happened, and it's just been brilliant how it's
mad how it's took off.
All come together. Yeah. Loads of really good people involved as well. Really good
absolutely.
People. Tazzy says, view from Roy is shocking about Choudhury. Can we send him back? Don't worry about first impressions, Tazzy. Don't worry. Once he gets on the pitch, see how he does for us. Judge him by, from today for me. Cole says, wonder what sort of telly Wilder's into. I think escaped to the country and bargain hunters. Where did he got the idea for Coop's tie and many others from up the Blades? Choudhury was sort of out of the blue because we went from rumours, then silence to medical out of nowhere. Not if you've been watching the Ramble, Jamie Dumpling. Not if you've been watching the Ramble. Connor's appraisal of the game, top trump crap. Says Wilder is definitely a Holmes under the hammer man. I agree with that. He definitely is. Definitely is. Watching a bit of Dion on a morning. Yeah. Big question, Blades. How do you take your tea? I'm milk, no sugar. I'm milk, 1 sugar, personally. Jord?
Milk, 1 sugar.
Yeah, I'm a coffee man, though, I'll be honest, Cole.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jimmy and Jord, the Chuckle Brothers. Without your comment, I would have been asleep. Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Hope the lights are back on now in Cornwall after your power cut. 85 minutes and not 1 shot on target, says Matt. We're on 89, 42, 43
and we just had one, because that was when they had a shot and Trafford made a save, so we've finally had one.
Any other ideas, Jim lad? I'm thinking a quiz or something. What, for Behind the Ramble? Get us to 1,000, Cole, and I'll do you a quiz, pal. I'll do you a quiz at 1,000. We've had 6 more subscribers since we appealed for everybody that's watching to sub. So thank you to those.
We can get more. We can get more. Come on.
Can we get to 800 by end of stream? Another 34. Surely.
You'll make Jimmy a very happy man.
You will indeed. You will. Good evening, Jimmy, says Jack. How are you thinking of this new signing? Some pushback already. What's your opinion? I think he's a great signing. Great signing.
We're on 90 minutes, 30 seconds is 3 minutes added on.
So Wilder has always said if an opportunity arises for a top player, they'll always weigh them up. Absolutely right, Jake, we will. Jord is a natural. Well done, pal. Absolutely right.
Cheers, David. Thank you, pal.
Very well-earned praise. How's the game been, says Jack? Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Brilliant company from Jord and all of you, but rubbish game. Absolutely useless. Rice says, don't think people realise how difficult it is to take the step to get on there. Love even for a few minutes. Looks like you've done it all your life. Make it look easy, mate. Brilliant. Thank you. I think that's probably just as much for you as it is for me, that Jord. Right. That's your challenge, pal. Get yourself back on another phone in, And once you do, you'll be flying, I'm sure, because you were great last time you were on. Jord Motson is a blade in disguise. He just doesn't know it yet. A blade in disguise, Northside. He's a blade through and through.
Definitely a blade. There's no disguise.
No, there's no disguise. I don't know whether me putting the badges here has confused anybody, but Jord is a top blade and has been. His missus is a Wednesdayite. That's where the issues come. Love these watch-alongs. Brilliant and a great addition to it is Jord. Both of you doing them. Thank you, Ray. He's been a brilliant addition. Absolutely brilliant addition. Do you get many volunteers offering to help out, Jimmy? We do every now and again, Liam. And to be honest, that will be a little bit about what this channel is about, because I want to give people a platform to get on and experiment with their own style and stuff like that. Like, there'll be some, and I have to be straight up, that won't translate as well as Jord or Dave the Nose or Man Mountain, and then it might not be great content to continue doing a set show. But even then, there's still phoning opportunities for people, even if they're not the most confident of callers and things like that. So I always want to be able to include people. And once every now and again, you'll stumble on a talent like Jord, and you'll think, we've struck gold here. And Jord's now the Ramble commentator. So, you know, it's giving people that chance, isn't it?
I'm just going to say Leeds are in, but they're not. It's literally come to note again. We got through round back, and I don't even know. I'm past even caring trying to describe it at the moment, because it's awful.
Jack, I didn't recognise it was Turkey Jack that were commenting here, but it is. Turkey Jack says, coming on the lives is scary sometimes. I'd like to come on more, but after I watch it back about 50 times, I'm judging myself about 50 times over. Don't watch it back is probably the message. Yeah.
I sometimes do. And sometimes you think, oh, that sounds awful.
But guess yourself halfway through. But
yeah, I'd probably best don't watch it. Just come on, and after your first or second time, honestly, you'll be like, I want to do that more often, because you'll love it. And it's full time, by the way.
No. Honestly, this game could go on for 3 days and not doing absolutely terrible, says Man Mountain. I think Connor's fallen asleep, Jimmy, says Liam. A great job, says Ray. Thank you, pal. Jord Motson is our blade spy, says Northside. Connor is reading a book, says so now we're allowed to talk about drugs out. No, we're not, Jimmy. I've 8, says Jord. Good result if it stays 0-0. It did matter, didn't it? But I think we missed a big chance on Friday to go top and stay top. It's gone though, Matt. We have to put it to bed, don't we?
Yeah.
And Jamie says, yes, it is like a drug coming on here, because Jamie's on a lot now, which I'm delighted he's made the jump as well. 88 minutes, we finally got a shot on target, says Ray. Connor's reading a book, The Firm. Yay, first shot on target on 88 minutes. Butter on a bacon sarnie, yay or nay?
Yeah.
Nay for me.
Yeah,
I can do either, to be honest. I'm not that bothered, but nay.
If someone passed me one, but I'm not going to complain, because it's going straight down my neck, a bacon sarnie. But no, preference is butter.
Ryan's asking me to do a welfare check on Connor. I'll do that after stream, pal. I'll make sure he's singing and reading a book. I'm worried. If you're worried about Choudhury's view from, just read Ty Campbell's, says Jamie. There you go. Home to the hammer, Big Dion rubbing his hands together, some show. The stairs leading up to the bedroom.
They just got league table up, Jim. And after Friday night, we would never have thought we'd be 2 points off Leeds, a point in front of Burnley, and still sat in second place.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
So
we've got away with that one.
Yeah, we really have.
We have got away with that one. People pay to watch Burnley, says Cowboy Paul Young. Jimmy's Thursday night Ramble live pub quiz. When we get to 1,000 subs, Jake, we will be live. 771. Well, it's growing. 29 to go. I don't think we're going to do it. Subscribe for a shot on target, says Ben. Is there going to be a sign-in stream? There will be, Jack, but it'll be tomorrow, because obviously we've gone late tonight with this. Is Jord getting the yellow tie out next week? I think the transfer window is... I did that with my dad last year, so I'm usually Jimmy White, and my dad is the pundit that comes on. But if he can't make it, then Jord can be first reserve if he's all right with that.
You need to get him back on. He's not been on for a bit.
I know he hasn't. He's
too busy. I'm just going to say, he's spending all your money, isn't he? So
yeah, he is. I'm not going to say any of that. He was rich when he retired, and now he's just living the high life. Wonder if Wilder has a June. Don't know. a doob. Doob, that's it. There we go. That's Dion Dublin's musical instrument that he made. Yes, nice. I know the reference now. Well, looking at that, looks like he's a Leeds scum. Well, you've misunderstood my graphics then, pal. That's probably my fault. Jord is the opportunistic signing. Absolutely right, he is. What a January signing Jord's been. Funniest thing, well, we did sign him back end of December, but he wasn't officially ratified by FA at that point. Funniest thing you'll see this week is Connor on a watch along, says Chris. I'm going to go back and watch bits of it, I think. Jord's nickname, The Talent. Love that, James. Jord, The Talent. Love that. Why? Where's that come from? Has somebody said that?
Did you not say when you pick out, when you find talent or something? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
I can't remember.
Jord Motson's funnier, though, I think. I like
Jord Motson, although I will never, ever, ever be anywhere near as good as that man was. So I'll take it. Being called a nickname to him, I will take that.
That'll do for me, says Mark. Another Melier clean sheet. Justice for Melier. Behind the Ramble is top watch along, Jimmy. Good banter. Thank you, Kelv. Checked out your mate Connor over on the BURNLEY's channel, and the poor lad seems depressed. I'll be having a chat with him on Battle Lines.
But how can you be depressed? You're top at league.
Top at league. Good result for us. Jack, it's a great result for us. Perfect result, says Ian. Thanks for making that bearable. Thank you for joining us, pal. Really got away with one on Friday, says Jack. Leeds and Burnley didn't take the chance. Agreed. Makes Friday's result feel a lot better, weirdly, says Mark. It does. Great result, says Jamie. Great result on a drab game, says Ian. All top 4 drop points. Another clean sheet for the Clarets, says Glyn. Turkey Jack, call me glassback Jack now, 26 and can barely walk. How are the teeth and the hair getting on, Jack? Are they still good? If I said Dwayne Dibley, would you know what I was talking about? John says, great result. Top man, John. 0-0, do me that, says Dean. Absolutely right. Cracking watch along, guys. Thanks. Keep up the great work. It's Jord. Jord carries these, mate, I have to say. I was towing until Jord got here. Paul says some of the fans on Connor's channel calling for Fark. We need him out now. Top stream. Thanks, lads. Well done again, Jord, says Adam. Well said, mate. This is the first time all top 4 have not won on a weekend. 2 draws and a loss. I don't know who the loss was. Sorry, Jords. All love you, Blade. Oh no, I'm nearly caught up. I thought we were going to keep going. When was the last time all top 4 teams dropped points? Massive let off this weekend, says Scott. Try and share what I've sent you, Jimmy. Sums up the game perfectly by Connor. What have you sent me, Joe? Let's have a little look. I might be able to do this actually. Present, share screen. Let's have a look. It might not work, this, Joe. It's not allowing me to. Window. Oh, yeah, it is. It is. Apologies. So let me get rid of this banner. Oh, right. What's going on here? Is he actually going to say anything? What is he doing? How to make things
exciting
in life. Very good, Connor. Nice. Let's get the banner back on. I will just leave it as is, to be fair now, because everybody knows what it was. Nice one, Joe. Thank you for that. Great watch along, Jim. Shame for some there'll be no action, but I'm happy it's ending in a draw. Well done, Jordan. Jimmy, great pair. Thank you, Cole. Results. This result makes Friday's result bearable. I agree with that, Ray. Big performance needed on Saturday, said Mark. Yeah, I think we'll get it as well with the team that we can put out now. Why did the blonde stare at the orange juice? Because it said concentrate. Boom. Teeth and hair are perfect. Going back in September for my back. Nice. Up the blades. And yes, David got it. Hamza in the house, says Jace. That's really good. The watch along beats the game hands down, says Daz. Thank you, pal. Block Blast says, hi, Jimmy, just subbed and came from the main channel. Love the content. And we got lucky that the other 3 have dropped point. We got lucky that the other 3 have all dropped 2 points. This is the best result we could have hoped for this weekend from both games. Sunderland were never going to get beat by Plymouth, but to even drop 2 points and then this draw Jord could be the 4th Mardy Blade. Jord can always be a Mardy Blade, but
I think that's
a brand. It's a brand.
I was going to say that's your free thing, innit? So
yeah, it's nice. We're a community. Jord's commentary getting a bit like his relation John. Oh, John Motson. Motson. Nice. Leeds for the lift.
Leeds for you.
That's Leeds for you. That laugh my flipping ass off. Great Band says, means we haven't lost any significant ground with the whole loss, basically. This was a waste of a weekend for all teams. Leeds did well not to lose, so they are the bigger winner in this week. I thought neither side were going to win that game. I thought they were poor, to be honest. Jimmy, does this result give you encouragement that the Blades can come to turf more and win? Yeah, I think it's going to be tough, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean they might stifle the game like they did against Leeds tonight and just shut us out completely. But
I think if we're a point in front of them,
it don't matter, does it?
And we just turf more and we take a point, I'd be happy. So
that's right. Thanks for a great watch along on a drab game. Makes your watch along worth watching. Hit the like and subscribe. Up the Blades, up behind the Ramble. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate that, pal. He was staring at the orange north side. You got to let it go. You got to let that joke go, I'm afraid. What do you do if a bird poos on your head? Finisher. That's a joke for you. That's a joke. Yes. However, makes our whole loss a really big missed opportunity. With Choudhury now, those shock defeats are far. I can't believe I said that on stream. Those shock defeats are far less likely. Free to subscribe. If you do, I will call in. Yes, David. Yes. Embarrassing by Burnley. Played for a point. What a joke. One of them, innit? I'm off, Jimmy and Jord. Great stream, lads. Everyone like and subscribe. Thank you, Jakey boy. How far behind are you? I'm nearly having my Tuesday breakfast. Dino. I'm on a 10 o'clock comment and it's 10:02, so we're nearly out of here. Don't worry. Just saying 9 goals in... Oh, why can't I bring that comment up? Why ain't it letting me... Just saying 9 goals against in 29 games is crazy. It's ludicrous, isn't it? I don't understand both teams' mentality. They're awful games, says the same. I don't know why Leeds didn't go for it more, to be honest. Maybe they couldn't, but Kel says terrible game. But
towards end, I think they were trying to go for it a bit, but like we said all game, Burnley's just stifled them out of it and kept really, really compact that they couldn't create anything.
Kelv's gone early, saying terrible game, but 4 points off Leeds and likely 6 off the Blades. Not too shabby. Up the Clarets, up the Ramble. How about them 0-0s against likes of Cardiff and all these other rubbish teams that you couldn't beat, though, Kelv? That's the difference. If you had to take one of Parker, or Labrie, who would you bring in now with our current side? Wilder all day long. But if Wilder retired today, I would bring in Regis Labrie of those 3. Lol, says Northside. I'm well happy with the draw, says Bry. 2 girls walked into a bar. One of them should have seen. Hey, Cole, did you hear about the dyslexic man who walked into a bra? Hey. Chamberlain Sign says Northside. What a ridiculous comment to finish.
What has this stream become? No, it's been that crapper a football game.
Connor's doing a sponsored
dad jokes are coming out.
Wilder's better than all of them, says the Saint. I completely agree. What a good way to end it. Right, fantastic. Thank you so much, Jord. Thank you for saving the stream as always. You are now the official Ramble commentator. I hope you're up for that because it's your new role, if that's okay with you.
It'll be my pleasure.
Yes, I'll be back. When will I be back? I'll be back with the Hamza video tomorrow. Let's just.
Are you doing Are you doing a hot topic tomorrow?
We'll be doing a hot topic for the Ramblers, as well. That's our...
I'm guessing Choudhury will be a big topic on there as well, anyway.
Yes, it will, yeah. We'll have a chat about him on there as well, I'm sure. And I'll be on the main channel going live to everybody to talk about Hamza Choudhury too. So, for now, come on, you red and white wizards! Jordy boy.
Up the blade!